big SEC battle, but yet this is a place where you coached for 5 seasons. Is this one a little more for you?
No, they all count the same. And, you know, the big thing here is I've been here, but about half our travel squad's never even been on the road. So it's important we do a good job of keeping our composure early, getting settled into the game, and take it to the second half.
You have a young team, and how has the transition been for you since taking over this team 9.5 months ago?
Well, we've had a lot of things happen, and but what I've been most pleased with is how the players have responded to everything we've asked them to do. So I feel like the future is bright. We got a lot of great things going. We got a good young class that we're starting this foundation with, and so I'm real pleased about where we're headed.
You have Matt Sims now at quarterback. How has his development gone so far?
He's gotten a little better each week, and I've been real proud of his development. He's very tough. He's got good command. He's very competitive, and we expect him to have a good game tonight.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
As we approach kickoff in Baton Rouge, it's time for our keys to the game presented by Macy's. Spence, let's start with Tennessee.
Well, it's all about consistent offense, okay? You know, they get Gerald Jones back at receiver. They need him to convert some of those third down opportunities. They were just 2 for 15 in overtime win over UAB. And then, of course, physically on defense and offense, they've just got to man up. They're short of numbers. We know that. Physically, they've got to be ready to prepare 60 minutes.
Yeah, and when you talk about LSU, just win, baby. Look, they've got 4 ugly wins. After today, they're going to have 5 ugly wins, but they're winning. The fans are miserable, even though they're 5-0 and number 10 in the country. All right? The other one, you got to play smarter football. They're turning the ball too much. They're 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions. They're number 79 in the nation. Way too many penalties. Got to play a lot smarter. Beware of the hat. Beware of the hat. And those are your keys to the game presented by Macy's. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local station. LSU junior running back Stephen Ridley is the SEC's 3rd leading rusher with just under 109 yards per game. He had a career-high 159 in the Tigers' win over Vanderbilt.
Towards the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown! Breaks it back up the middle. Nobody's going to get him. Forget it. He's taking it to the house. Peterson into the end zone for the score. How about this? This guy's unbelievable. You can't do this stuff.
Welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Tiger Stadium, Death Valley to most opponents, and over 92,000 fans in the stands, all dressed in purple and gold. It's the Home Depot SEC on CBS, and today, Tennessee and 10th-ranked LSU. Ladies and gentlemen, the hometown Tigers. And a welcome to the Volunteers of Tennessee. Craig Bolerjack, Steve Berline, so glad you're with us. Doubleheader day here on CBS tonight. Florida and Alabama. Here in the Bayou, well, let's just say this. LSU's on solid ground. 4-0. Tennessee, however, is under construction. Steve, amazing. 3 years and 3 different head coaches.
And Derek Dooley is number 3 on that list, Craig. But I think he's doing a tremendous job getting this team and this program to believe in him. And I think this team is buying into it. Another guy that this team is really buying into as their leader is that guy right there, Matt Sims. He has come a long way week after week, getting better. He's tough. He's taking a lot of hits behind an inexperienced offensive line that really has their work cut out for him today against a tremendous LSU defense. One of the very best year after year in the country. Top 10 in total defense, rush defense, and most importantly, scoring defense. They create turnovers. They've always got playmakers. And two of the very biggest playmakers on this team are middle linebacker Kelvin Shepard and then Mr. Everything on the outside, cornerback Patrick Peterson, one of the best all-around football players in the country. There are no questions about either one of these two guys, but there are some questions about the offense led by that guy right there, Jordan Jefferson. There are a lot of question marks based on his consistency this year. He's got to step up if this team is going to reach the level they expect to reach.
For the second straight year, LSU is 4-0. We go live now to Sam Ryan, who's downstairs with Tiger head coach Les Miles. Sam?
Thanks a lot, Craig. And, Coach, you are 4-0, ranked number 10 in the nation coming into this one. That being said, how would you assess the way your team has played going into this one?
Well, I think we've played better each week, and I think we're looking forward to playing our best today.
Any areas for improvement?
A bunch of areas for improvement. Certainly offensively, we've got to throw the ball better. We've got to continue to rush it and control the line of scrimmage. We do those things, we'll be fine today.
Okay, Les, good luck today.
See ya.
Craig, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. There's Derek Dooley, the head coach at Tennessee. First year in Knoxville, and trying really, Steve, to put the V back in Volunteers. Weather today, simply terrific. Low humidity, clear skies, temperatures 82. It's a little windy, could play a factor. 31st meeting between these two schools in the first in Baton Rouge since Tennessee scored that big overtime win back in 2005. Little trivia, that game played, remember, on a Monday night because of Hurricane Katrina. Well, Tennessee won the toss. They will kick off. Tennessee has now won all 6 of their coin tosses this season. And so we'll have a chance to see LSU for the first time this afternoon here on CBS. Later tonight, don't forget, Florida, Alabama. Polarity is set to kick, and we are underway in Death Valley. Patrick Peterson, so dangerous, 2 yards deep. Makes a cut at the 15 and is spun down at the 17-yard line. A 17-yard return. And quarterbacking for LSU, Jordan Jefferson, the junior from St. Rose, Louisiana. However, last week, just 75 yards passing in that win against West Virginia.
And Craig, he really is a guy that needs to step up. He played really well as a sophomore last year. 17 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. They're expecting big development, big progress this year, but it just hasn't happened. He's been very inconsistent.
He told us, let's just keep the drives alive on a quarterback sneak. Makes a nice cut, breaks one, goodbye! Jefferson at the 40, 30, goodbye! Jordan Jefferson, 83 yards!
All Derek Dooley can do is shake his head. What a tremendous start for LSU. Could not have come back any better.
And Steve, last week there were boos here at Tiger Stadium. All you hear is cheers.
Right now, you make a few plays like that, you're going to get the whole state behind you real quick.
Second rushing touchdown.
Start, number 75, offense. 5-yard penalty, still a try.
They'll march it back. Extra point now will have to be booted from the 15, a 25-yard extra point. And Josh Jasper will attempt the PAT. Jefferson, 6'5", 224. And see, when he got out to daylight, there was no question.
Well, no one even came close to closing that gap.
His previous longest run of the season was 16. He blew that out of the water. 83 yards. And just like that, 10th ranked LSU on their home field up by 7. LG, as a proud NCAA corporate partner, presents great SEC rivalries. nothing like a Saturday in the South. Of course, the rivalry notes between these two teams face each other in 2 SEC championship games. LSU won both, Steve Berline, back at 01-07.
And they're off to a pretty good start today. Could not be better if you're an LSU Tiger.
All right, here's the question. 50% of this traveling squad for Tennessee freshmen. They have just been shocked in Death Valley.
Yeah, this is their first road trip for 50% of this squad. And Derek Dooley told us when we talked to him earlier this week, the challenges this week against LSU. Number one, you got to keep your composure. Well, you're down 7-0, less than a minute into the game. Number two, they have to win on special teams. That's what LSU's been doing. Number three, they've got to minimize negative plays. They already have messed up number three. And then number four, play with great physical toughness and effort. Well, I'll tell you what, they've got their backs against the wall real early today.
Long kick just inside the 1-yard line. Here comes Eric Gordon straight up the middle. He's got room, spitting out of a tackle. Still on his feet, past the 25, and they'll mark him down to the 27-yard line. Eric Reed with the special teams tackle. And the quarterback for Tennessee, Matt Sims, and a junior college transfer from El Camino Junior College. And yes, Steve, he is the son of our colleague at CBS, the great Phil Sims.
He sure is. He's got good blood, and he's tough, just like his dad. He's had to take a lot of hits this year behind that inexperienced line.
In fact, 14 quarterback sacks by that old line, ranked 113th in the country. Let's check out lineups now, presented by Chick-fil-A. And guarding Sims, as I mentioned, a very, very young front line. 2 true freshmen, James Stones and DeJuan James, and the backs and receivers, Terran Poole. The tailback suffered a thigh bruise in last week's win over UAB, but ready to go. He's on the field wearing number 28.
And right away, the big defensive tackle for LSU, Drake Nevis, shot through the gap on that first play and hit Matt Sims right as he was letting go of the ball.
2 wide receivers set to the near side. They pitch. Poole going to test him early after that thigh bruise last week. And he's taken down at the 36-yard line. A pickup at 10. Let's check out LSU's defense. Really one of the best in the country. Right tackle Drake Nevis owns 3.5 sacks. Linebackers Kelvin Shepard, keep an eye on him. 38 tackles, leads the Tigers. In the secondary, the right corner Patrick Peterson, 2 picks and a terrific return man for LSU. I want to apologize for an early technical glitch, but we are running smooth now here in Baton Rouge.
And I'll tell you, so is this Tennessee offense at this point. They've got a lot of good rhythm going, mixing it up between the run and the pass, changing plays. Right now, changing another one up there. They have a real good feel in this first drive, what LSU is trying to do to them defensively.
Sims went under center, now backs out in shotgun formation. 3 wide receiver set. Sims in that pocket. Good protection. Slingshots it and dropped it. Incomplete. Zach Rogers, the intended receiver at around the 46-yard line. Well, last week, Matt Sims hit the game winner 25-yard touchdown. Denarius Moore making the grab in double overtime as Tennessee survived that scare at home against UAB, winning 32-29. They let a big lead just kind of get away from them, and they had to do it in dramatic fashion.
But they did it, and that's the bottom line. I'll tell you what, that throw that Matt Sims made to win that game was a spectacular throw with all the chips on the line.
On the 40-yard line, second down. Sims rolls out to his right. Sidearms it, incomplete. The tight end, Luke Stalker, was the intended receiver. And on his back was Taylor, the strong safety. Sims starts this game, Steve, 0 for 3.
We've got a man down on the field down there, but I do like what Tennessee's doing offensively right now. We're looking at Sam Montgomery. Yep, he looks like he's very uncomfortable down there. Hope he's all right.
He's a redshirt freshman out of Greenwood, South Carolina. A couple of sacks to his credit, 18 tackles.
And you're going to see him coming in from the left side there. He gets, had no idea that chop block was coming. A legal chop block. He was not engaged in an offensive lineman.
That hit him thigh high.
And you can see why these defensive linemen, why they're so paranoid about those chop blocks. And you know, Craig, you play a little defense in your growing up years, and there's nothing that scares you more than getting those legs chopped out from underneath you. Derek Dooley very concerned on the sideline.
LSU, as you mentioned, ranks as one of the top defenses in college football. They've allowed just 74 yards a game on the ground and 12 points. We'll take a step back as they look at Sam Montgomery here on CBS. Sam Montgomery being looked at by a team of trainers. He was able to walk off with some help. I think the way he got hit, Sam's just happy to get off the field.
I think so. Collective sigh of relief when he got up and was helped off the field. Now Tennessee facing a 3rd and long situation. Very, very dangerous against this LSU defense. With all the speed and the ability, and John Chavis likes to bring pressure in these situations.
Shotgun formation at the 40-yard line. Sims, pressure, down he goes. 15th sack given up by Tennessee's young front line, LeVar Edwards, who starts at left end with a put down, but a flag is down at the 35.
Holding, number 73, offense. Penalties decline, 4th down.
Now, 3rd down's been an issue, Steve. Tennessee only 2 of 15 last week on 3rd down conversions. You've got to keep that offense on the football field.
Yeah, only 19% on the season, 3rd down conversions. That's 2nd worst in the country behind San Jose State. And Dallas Thomas, the left tackle, just got beat with speed right around the corner.
Velarde set to punt. The left footer boots it up high. Trying to kick it away from Peterson, runs it around. Oh, what a move. At the 30, down the sideline. And Peterson stacked up, piled on at the 42-yard line. What a move. We go downstairs and check in with Sam Ryan.
And Craig, as you can see behind me, the trainers continue to work on Sam Montgomery. They are putting a brace around his right leg now. They were working on his knee. The trainers tell me it is a knee ligament and that he's done for the game.
That's bad news. Sorry to hear that for Sam Montgomery. That's not the way that anybody wanted that day to go or start out, especially for him.
Now Jefferson back on the field. Good field position. The first time he touched the football, he went all the way 83 yards for a touchdown. Just the 2nd offensive play for LSU. Play action, pocket collapses. Watch out. The legs are running again. Stutter step and dropped at the 48-yard line. Take a look now at the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. And we have a look at LSU. Of course, we know that Jefferson's the quarterback up front, solid. The only senior is left tackle Joseph Barksdale. Backs and receivers, weapons plenty. Terrence Tolliver and the running back Stephen Ridley. Ridley averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. That's the power eye on 2nd down. The tailback is Ridley. 2 wide receivers set near side and not much. Ridley tried to skip out of the tackle and is taken down after a 1-yard gain. Tennessee on the defensive end. Chris Walker, the right end, leads the front line with 22 stops. The linebackers, well, the man in the middle is Nick Reveiz, a former walk-on. And the secondary is led by the strong safety, Prentice Wagner. 2 picks this season, ran them both back for touchdowns. And after giving up that big run to Jefferson, Tennessee try to make a statement right now.
Yeah, they need to stand up here and get a stop to try and keep LSU from running away with this ball game. Their biggest fear is to get down in this stadium. It's almost impossible to come back.
Richard Murphy, number 18 in that backfield as Jefferson rolls out, looks deep, got a man. No! Picked off! Jansen Jackson switches directions, turns the corner, pulled down, but a flag is down at midfield. If that play holds, that would be Jefferson's 5th interception of the season.
Illegal shift, number 2, offense. Penalties decline, 1st down Tennessee.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to see right here, Shepard is going to be coming right from the slot there stacked up. You can see them coming out. Watch the free safety come over. It looks like you're going to see wide open on the corner route. Going to the corner, you're going to see that there's nobody there, but Russell Shepard intercepted at the last minute by Jansen Jackson. Tremendous anticipation. I thought Shepard was wide open.
Now can Tennessee take advantage of LSU and the turnover? They'll start this drive at the 50-yard line. Sims slings it to the near side. Little pitch and catch to Gerald Jones, who makes his 7th reception of the season, a 7-yard pickup. And Jones is back, Steve, after missing 3 games with an early season hand injury suffered against the University of Tennessee Martin.
He's back, and it's a huge addition for this offense. Matt Sims very excited to get him back.
Sims checks to the sideline, audibles, and goes back into the shotgun. 2nd down short, high snap. And walking through the line is Poole. 1st down, back to New York for an update. Here's Tim Brando.
Craig and Steve, thank you. To the State Fair game we go, and it's DeMarco Murray. And most observers felt he would have a big day against Texas. He may be well on his way. 7-0 OU in the Red River Shootout. Back to you.
Oh, Texas, Oklahoma, big games today. Of course, on CBS tonight, you got Florida, Alabama. Urban Myers against Nick Saban. Don't get much bigger than that.
No, it doesn't. But I'll tell you what, out west, there's the big showdown, Oregon-Stanford tonight. That's a biggie, too.
Nice hole off the right side. Poole showing power as he motors up to around the 36-yard line. Brandon Taylor, the strong safety, in on the tackle. Now remember, LSU allows just 74 yards a game on the ground. And right now you're looking at Taron Poole's having his way off that right side. 4 carries, 19 rushes. That ball is up and out, but pulled back in where this drive began at the 50-yard line. But a flag far side.
Well, fortunately for Tennessee, you're going to see that they do get LSU to jump off sides. They're not going to lose the yardage on the play.
Offside, number 92, defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 2nd down.
That's Drake Nevis, the senior.
And that's a huge, huge break for Tennessee. I mean, that would have been a 15-yard loss. Ball sailed over Matt Sims' head. Instead, they get positive 5 yards out of it. Now they're looking at 2nd and short.
Under 10 minutes to play, opening quarter. 7-0, early 83-yard run by Peterson. And now Sims back to the shotgun. 2nd down. Stands in that pocket, throws underneath and a little behind. Jones had a chance, but he was running the other way. The ball was behind him.
Yeah, not a good throw by Matt Sims. I don't know if this ball was tipped or not, but it definitely was not on target. Gerald Jones, you know, he's been out for 3 weeks. Maybe their rhythm's off, their timing's off a little bit. It looked like Matt Sims expected a little something different out of Gerald Jones on that play.
Tight end Michael Rivera checks in. You see number 81. Good look at Jones. Senior from Oklahoma City.
And here's the matchup to watch. That's Denarius Moore on Patrick Peterson.
They swing it out to the flat. Nicely read by LSU. Taylor was there and did the shoe top tackle on Poole. Well, defensive coordinator is John Chavis in his 2nd year. He played at Tennessee. He coached at Tennessee. We had a great talk with him yesterday, Steve. He's all about stopping the run, putting pressure on the edges. Well, this defense is all about John Chavis.
And we got 4th and 5 here. Tennessee going for it with this field position. But you're right, Craig. He said, we will stop the run with numbers. And that means bring up some safeties to stop the run. And then we're going to rush the passer.
Tennessee 2 of 6 on 4th down conversions. Sims wants to pass. Down he goes! Kelvin Shepard shot the gap up the middle.
Well, unfortunately for Tennessee, this has happened all too often. You're going to see Kelvin Shepard right up the gut there. I mean, just a complete bust. Not even close. I think Darren Gooch, the center, just let him run right past him, and Matt Sims takes another hit.
Death Valley. Welcome to Death Valley. LSU up by 7.
Well, let's look at that first LSU touchdown. You're going to see the fake. It's actually the read option by Jordan Jefferson. And watch right here. There's a hole, but watch right here. You're going to have Prentice Wagner and Victor Thomas, number 52, were there to make the tackle. And just sheer athletic ability by Jordan Jefferson split the two of them. And Derek Dooley did tell us one of the biggest issues last week against UAB was poor tackling. That should have been a tackle for about a 3-yard gain.
To make a quarterback change, Jarrett Lee is on the field in place of Jefferson, and he goes right to work. Throws it outside, and the catch is made to Spencer Ware. So Lee, and this has been the controversy last week, despite the win and a 4-0 start, Jordan Jefferson and the LSU Tigers, you heard the boos throughout the stadium, and now Lee, who was a pretty good player as a redshirt freshman back in 08 with 14 touchdowns, he's a pocket kind of guy. Again, the swing pass, Shepard rolls down to the 35-yard line. Back to New York we go for the John Hancock update.
All right, let's take a look at Denard Robinson going to work here. 32 yards. He's going to find his man. That's Roy Roundtree. He also has a 72-yard touchdown run. So 105 yards rushing, 49 passing. Still 5 and change remaining in the first quarter for Michigan. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tim. Michigan on the road, away from the big house here at 7-0 LSU, and a quarterback change. Early, Jarrett Lee is in. That's 3 straight passes. It's all pitch and catch. Ruben Randall, slide by tackle, spins out of another to the 26-yard line. Those are high, Steve, you know this, those are high percentage passes.
And great first down calls because you're in a position to dictate. Jarrett Lee getting the ball out of there quick, getting the ball in his playmaker's hands right there. Ruben Randall showing his athletic ability, spinning, juking, and jiving, and making people look silly out there. Before that, it was Russell Shepard, who a lot of people think is a big play waiting to happen every time he touches the ball. He's got tremendous breakaway speed, so they've got to find ways to get the ball to these guys, and there are a lot of people that argue that Jarrett Lee is the guy that can do that better.
So after that run of 83 yards by Jefferson, he's on the sideline. Lee now leads the way, pedals back, throws it deep. Got a man, just overshoots him inside the 10-yard line. And he was looking for Ruben Randall. Good coverage by the strong safety, Prentice Wagner, who's already returned a couple of interceptions for touchdowns this season. Lee's jumped on this field, 3 of 4 already. Steve Berline, 31 yards.
And you're not going to hit them all, Craig, but right there, that's a throw that I think Jarrett Lee would love to have back. He did have a shot to get that ball into Ruben Randall. It just didn't quite happen. And there you see Jordan Jefferson on the sideline.
Handoff. Ridley turns the corner, has room. 20, stiff arms, flags down. Inside the 15-yard line. Teague, Marshall Teague, Jazin Jackson chased him out, but a flag is back at the 27.
Flag on the play. Jackson and Teague made the tackle.
It's in a spot where you'd expect holding.
Holding, number 78, offense.
How did you know?
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Well, check out the new CBSSports.com shop for officially licensed NCAA gear from over 500 schools and get 3-day shipping on every order. Go to shop.cbssports.com.
And that was Big Joseph Barksdale that was called for the hold there, number 78.
And you can't miss him at 6'6", 320.
No, you can't miss him.
You can't hide.
And he is as you said in the open, earlier part of the game, he is the most experienced offensive lineman. Made the switch from right tackle to left tackle this year. Doing a great job. Not on that play, of course.
Second down 20 as Jarrett Lee stands up in the pocket all day to throw. Slingshot at midfield. It was caught and then dropped. Randall was bent over and probably made a turn before he had possession, and incomplete pass.
And it was kind of a little bit of an off-balance, off-rhythm throw, too, from Jarrett Lee. You know, you see Jarrett Lee looks very comfortable in that pocket. He is truly a pocket guy, whereas Jordan Jefferson holding the ball back there that long, you might have seen him tuck it and try and make a play with his feet. Jarrett Lee did a good job finding his third or fourth option there in Ruben Randall and just didn't make a great throw, a little bit low.
Third down and long. Four wide receivers. LSU spreads the field. Jared, little slingshot right in the middle of the pack and dropped quickly as Ridley. Well, he had him spread out, but they went to the middle of the field, and Tennessee stayed at home.
That was well defended. They came with pressure. Tennessee came with pressure off the right side. It was actually a middle screen, Craig. They were trying to set up a screen inside to Stephen Ridley, and I'll tell you, Tennessee did a great job snuffing it out. It's usually a good call to call a screen pass like that against pressure, but very good job by the interior part of that Tennessee defense not to be fooled.
Field goal attempt will be a compliments of Josh Jasper.
54-yarder, his career long 51 yards.
He's 9 of 10 on the season, and this one never got off the ground. I don't know if it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but a knuckleball. And so Tennessee will have possession when we roll back to Baton Rouge. LSU by 7. And time now for an SEC moment presented by Sonic. Last time Tennessee visited Baton Rouge was 2005, and now 21 at the half. Tennessee stormed back, and James Wilhoit's field goal with 2 minutes remaining tied this one at 24. Colt David put LSU up by 3 in overtime, but Gerald Riggs Jr.'s 1-yard plunge gave the Vols an incredible 30-27 win. As looking back to 2005. Here in 2010, it's a 7-0 early lead. LSU struck on the very first play of the game as Jefferson took it 83 yards. That was the longest run ever by an LSU quarterback.
Well, I'm not surprised. There are many quarterbacks. I know this old quarterback.
Your gas tank is dry after 20 yards.
My career-long touchdown run was 5 yards. I took it to the house, baby.
Shotgun and Sims throws it out to the flat. Luke Stocker, the tight end, with the grab. I tell you, he is a sure-handed big guy. At 6'6", 253, I like Stocker. Came in with 12 receptions, 58 career catches for Stocker.
And I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a play by the LSU defender to run him down, because that was almost to the edge by Stocker there. Good first down call, even though only 4 yards. That's a good solid play to keep LSU off balance.
Second down after a pickup of 3. Dancing through traffic is cool. What a run, a beauty to the 50-yard line. 10-yard pickup.
And Torrin Poole, I'll tell you, he's been there before. He's played big in big games. He ran for 162 yards against Oregon the third week of the season. And he's a guy that really, now that he's back out there on the field, the thigh bruise was not as bad as they originally thought. He looks like he's healthy, ready to go here today.
Yeah, 5 carries, 29 yards. Tennessee again at midfield. First down, new down for the Vols. Sims flush in the pocket, has room. He can run. Tucks and run to the 40 to 50 and trots out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Let's go back to New York. An update, and here's Tim Brando.
All right, fellas, quarterback play may be an issue at LSU, but it's not in Raleigh. Russell Wilson's really good. Throwing on the run this time to Dean Haynes. It's 14-0. North Carolina State, the only remaining unbeaten in the ACC.
Thank you, Tim Brando. First time the Wolfpack ranked since back in 2003. So they're excited in Wolfpack country. Second down, 6. Clock runs up on 4 minutes left to play in this opening quarter. Right up the gut, and Oku, number 27, giving Poole a rest. And so far, Steve, tough day for Matt Sims.
Yeah, it's not gone the way they'd like. They came out on that first drive and were moving the ball a little bit, but a couple of mishaps. And of course, as we've seen all year, when you look at the film of Matt Sims, he's taken a lot of hits, a lot of youth in that offensive line. True freshmen and sophomores playing. Coming into this season, there were only a total of 3 career starts in that offensive line. So these guys are learning under fire, on the move. Matt Sims is taking some shots.
3 wide receivers near side. Shotgun, slings it to the 40-yard line. Nice grab. Is that Gerald Jones? It is. Keldon Shepard, the middle linebacker, with the tackle. Well, the Sims Sensationals, I guess. That's Phil and Chris, who played at Texas, Phil at Morehead State. I'm digging the hair way back, huh?
It's very similar to the style that Phil wears today, too.
You know, by the way, he's got a front row seat. He's in the hotel room in Pittsburgh. You'll see him on CBS tomorrow with Jim Nantz, Ravens, and Steelers. And, you know, he is carefully watching the progress of his son, Matt, as they go to the ground. And Brockers, the left tackle, with the stop at the 34-yard line. You know what? In football, how can you not be a football player? How can you not be a quarterback in the Simtown?
Wearing that number 2 way back then.
All grown up. All grown up. You know, he started his career at Louisville and then transferred to El Camino. Junior college, now back in Division I here at Tennessee, trying to resurrect his program after multiple coaching changes. Second down. Well, he drilled that ball to Zach Rogers at the 29-yard line, and what a hit by Claiborne, the left corner.
Well, he can drill the ball. There's no doubt about it. I'll tell you, when I talked to Phil earlier this week, and he told me when Matt made the move to El Camino Junior College last year, he told his son, you're going to really find out if you love football by going out there. He said their practice field was basically a parking lot. And that junior college experience, I'll tell you, it really was awakening for him. And Matt is very, very excited to be here as quarterback at the University of Tennessee.
Pressure, sidesteps it, throws, near sideline, had to wait. The ball is caught. Jones, 10, inside to the 5-yard line. Jones nearly broke it. The senior from Oklahoma City.
Well, you're going to see a classic example of the biggest issue that LSU can have on the outside. They bring so much pressure. You get a lot of one-on-one on the outside. And freshman Tyrann Mathieu, he was one-on-one on the outside with Gerald Jones, and one missed tackle almost takes it to the house. Gerald Jones does, and you know that is the one thing that John Chavis told us, that if you're going to stack up to take away the run, you've got to have corners that can hold up on the outside.
Let's take a look at the red zone. Brought to you by Verizon. It's first and goal inside the 5-yard line, and crashing inside the 1 is Sims. Now, Steve, here's something of interest. LSU's defense has not allowed any first quarter scoring 12 straight ball games. Now, this clock is under a minute, but Tennessee's inside the 1-yard line.
Second goal at the 1.
That is an amazing stat.
It truly is an amazing stat. You're talking about going back a long way. There's John Chavis, defensive coordinator. This team takes a lot of pride.
Power eye, up and over. Touchdown, Tennessee. Poole scores for the 4th time.
And Derek Dooley loving it, and for good reason. Tied up with LSU at 7 apiece. Nothing fancy about that play. Matt Sims loving it. Everybody feels good about it.
And Derek Dooley, the rookie head coach at Tennessee, and the left foot chip shot by Pilardi. And all of a sudden ties a score at 7. LSU struck early. Tennessee drives and scores and ties the game at 7. What I'm doing tonight, you look at Florida, Alabama. 7th ranked Gators, number 1 ranked Alabama. 500 yards and change total yards this season by the Crimson Tide.
It is a machine. I'll tell you though, there's a lot of people out there picking Florida with the upset. I don't know if I can be so bold, but it should be a good game as it always is.
Of course, catch that tonight, doubleheader day and night on CBS. Urban Meyer, Nick Saban. How about that drive? Impressive. 10 plays, 63 yards. About 5.5 minutes off the clock.
Exactly right. Now, this is a team that has played well against big teams. They played Florida and played Oregon. Pretty tough for a little over half the game.
Pilardi tees it up, and the left footer boots it. Underneath at the 3 is Peterson. Turns on the Jets 20. Hits his own man 25. And slides to the 26-yard line. That's a return of 23 yards. Coming into this game, every time Peterson touched the football, he was good for nearly 29 yards.
The guy's amazing, truly amazing. And there are rumors that at some point soon we may see Patrick Peterson on offense for this LSU team. Don't know if it's going to happen today, but he's one of those guys, you just got to find a way to get the ball in his hand.
One of the concerns Les Miles told us about. He's concerned about playing down to the level of the opponent. Even though they're 4-0, I think that's what some of the boos, some of the concerns, the worries around Baton Rouge and LSU football.
Well, and he said that Tennessee also has shown this year that they can play with the big boys. They play to the level of their opponent.
Jefferson.
Timeout, LSU. First charge timeout of the half.
Well, you make a quarterback switch. There's Jarrett Lee, who led the last offensive series. Jefferson back on the field when we come back. Book 'em, Dano.
Book 'em, Dano. That's going back. I, of course, don't remember it quite as clearly as you do.
That was a staple in our household. 18 ticks on the first quarter clock, 7-all between LSU and Tennessee. Jefferson wants the football, handoff right side, and Ridley powers for maybe 2 to the 27.
Well, we talk about Tennessee's ability to play, you know, with these bigger teams. They were tied up at halftime with Oregon, 13-13. Now, we won't get into the fact they lost 48-13. They got blown out in the second half, but they showed they can play with the big boys.
That ends the first quarter here in Baton Rouge. We're tied up at 7 between Tennessee and LSU. We'll return after this message and a word from your local station. Back, second quarter here in Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium, 7-all. Craig Bolerjack, Steve Berline. LSU struck quickly, first play of the game. Tennessee very young, 50% of the travel squad. First road trip, and they respond. 7-all. What's your thoughts?
You're exactly right. I thought this game was going to be a rout. First play goes 83 yards for a touchdown. But Derek Dooley's done a great job of keeping his team poised and under control and composed. And after one quarter, we're tied up 7 apiece. I think if you would have offered that to him beforehand, he would have been ecstatic.
Now, he would take a second helping.
No doubt about that.
Jefferson, and they'll run it to Shepard, who carries for the 20th time this season. So Shepard, a couple of touchdowns. He was a high school quarterback out of Houston, so they don't hesitate putting the ball in his hands.
And one of the grumblings that I heard a lot this week in talking to different people about this game was, why are they not finding more ways to get the ball to Russell Shepard? And I think that's been frustrating Les Miles and his staff as well.
Shepard goes in motion on third down. Good protection. Jefferson slings it. It's caught. D'Angelo Peterson, who went from wide receiver to tight end, picks up 10 yards and a first down. And, you know, you were at practice, Steve. You saw what we saw with Peterson. He's coming back from a foot injury and thought he'd be a big part of this football game today.
Yeah, he had a stress fracture before the opening game against University of Tennessee Martin. And he's a guy that, as you watch practice on Friday like we did, they were finding ways to get the ball to him. Man, I like the way he gets up the field. He's got good hands and a nice big target to work the middle of the field. May become a nice security blanket for Jordan Jefferson.
6'4", 243, makes his second grab of the season. Fresh downs for LSU. Jefferson, all day to throw, goes up over the top, and it's incomplete. A deep ball to Boone, the freshman.
Do you know who that was running down the middle of the field with the freshman wide receiver? That was Nick Rivette. You're going to see right here, he turns and he runs down the middle of the field. Right there's the matchup, all the way down the middle of the field on a wide receiver. Now, there is some incidental contact right there, which I thought was a little bit peculiar. But great job by the former walk-on to show that he can run down the middle of the field with a wide receiver.
He's coming off a knee surgery as well, showing he still has hops. And there's a stumble and a tackle down to the 46-yard line. Michael Ford, who's on the field, number 42, and a pickup of 6. That brings up third down and 4. And And a 7-all tie over the middle, right on the seam. Beautiful catch. Terrence Tolliver. First down, move the chains to the 37-yard line. You remember the old days of a guy named Montana and Rice? They made go in a lot of ball games with a quick hitter.
They really did. There was an unspoken confidence between the two of them. They knew exactly where to be and exactly where that ball needed to be located. The timing, they didn't even think about it. That looked very, very similar right there. Those guys were on the same page 100%.
At the 36-yard line, LSU marching down the field, play action. Jefferson throws a dart up and over, and that ball is deflected away. Russell Shepard, the intended receiver. Jefferson pressured and on his backside. Wednesday on Survivor is a cutthroat struggle for leadership, and one fiery villain declares war on her own tribe. New Survivor. Check it out Wednesday, and it's only on CBS.
One of the many areas of concern for this Tennessee defense is they've only got 3 sacks on the year, not able to generate pressure. But that play right there, you had Montori, Hughes, and Victor Thomas bringing heat right up the middle, and they hit Jordan Jefferson, did not let him get set to make that throw.
Handoff, nothing fancy. Ooh, the hole closed quickly. Let's go back to New York for an update. Here's Tim Brando.
All right, Craig. Well, Michigan does have an outstanding quarterback in Denard Robinson, but they are missing on defense quite a lot. Darius Willis of Indiana takes it in from 22 yards out. Hoosiers are unbeaten, too, going into this game. It's 14-all. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tim. How about that? Last win against Michigan, 1987.
And both of those teams 4-0. I mean, what a great story that is for Indiana.
So Tennessee calls timeout with 12:21 to play in the first half. We'll be back to Baton Rouge after this on CBS. Tennessee, LSU tied at 7. Derek Dooley had the opportunity to coach under Nick Saban at LSU, and the current Alabama coach believes Dooley has what it takes to win in this very tough SEC.
He's got tremendous stability. He's a good recruiter. He's a hard worker. He's very bright, and he's an excellent football coach. And he's going to do extremely well there. I just feel like he's, you know, we've had several guys now that have worked for us that are in head coaching positions, and I think he's one that deserves to be there.
Nice compliment, and of course he has a big job ahead. They go from Philip Fulmer, Lane Kiffin. It was a lunch, maybe a sandwich and a cup of coffee, and now the job belongs to Dooley. 3rd down and 5. Under center, Jefferson rolls out, has a man. Oh, what a pop. Going to be short of the first down, and that ball is down on the deck, and Tennessee's pointing their way. Tennessee's pointing their way, so are the officials. And Malik Jackson, number 97, junior from Northridge, California, covers up the fumble, and that is LSU's 2nd turnover here in the first half.
Well, that's D'Angelo Peterson. We were talking about the security blanket over the middle. He takes a pop right away from Revez, and that ball definitely comes out of there. The ball a little bit behind him. Good hit. He's got the ball, but he stretched it forward for that extra yard.
It's a 2nd effort turnover.
It was a 2nd effort turnover for sure. Tennessee opportunistic, falls on the ball.
Well, the Volunteers go back to work. Fresh downs at the 28-yard line. Whistles will stop the play.
Timeout, Tennessee. 2nd charge, timeout of the half.
Well, Tennessee wanted a timeout, and they got it, their 2nd. So Sims heads to the sideline. And the Home Depot SEC on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. For the SEC championship at CBS tonight. Sims, play action, throws a dart across the middle, and it's caught for a first down at the 47-yard line. And that's Denarius Moore.
You are right, Greg. That was a dart. And I'll tell you, he's got a penalty.
Ineligible receiver downfield, number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
They'll take away the yards and throw a 5-yard flag on Dallas Thomas. A big left tackle.
That's too bad for Tennessee. A nice, solid first down gainer right there. Great throw by Matt Sims, and he was under some pressure coming up the middle, but he stands in there strong like he always does. He had Stephon Francois coming up the middle, and he stood in there and delivered a strike.
Tennessee loads up the far side, 3 wideouts, 2 near side. And Sims is all by himself. He's going to tuck and run. They clear out the backfield, trying to fool LSU, but Drake Nevis, nothing doing. The right tackle played his gap and makes the tackle.
Watch Drake Nevis right there up the middle. Great swim move. Just watch the right arm clubbing him right there, slips right over the top. And then the ability to reach out, change direction, and make the tackle on a pretty strong quarterback. Well, Matt Sims, he goes 6'3", about 230.
Nevis goes 285 and was quick and nimble. Shotgun. Sims spins out of trouble. No. Down he goes. Boy, he kicked up turf. Is that ball out? I'm going to say it was down at the 11-yard line.
Definitely was down from my perspective. That was Justin Macklin coming on the blitz, number 22. Looked like Matt Sims almost was going to sneak out. You're going to see Macklin right up the gut there. Definitely down. Definitely down. That elbow hits.
Third sack by LSU for negative 28 yards. It's been an issue all season long protecting Matt Sims.
Got to be very, very careful here. I expect to see a draw play or a screen pass here.
And the draw play still on his feet and yards up to the 29-yard line. Poole, terrific job to give Tennessee some room.
Well, good, real good play call by Jim Chaney. He did the right thing, no doubt. There's no way playing at LSU. Look at all that space, all that green grass in the middle there. Good call. You got LSU playing pass. You try and pop a run up the middle, pick up about half of it. They got a little bit more than half of it right there. So good, solid play in terms of field position.
Well, Poole now 8 carries for 50 yards. Chad Cunningham will punt the ball away into a stiff wind. Good hang time. Peterson fields it at the 20-yard line. Nothing going. A 51-yard punt, and Peterson, a rarity, loses a couple of yards.
That was a heck of an open field tackle there.
Jansen Jackson with a special team stop. We'll be back to Baton Rouge after this. And what do you see? We go above the line with Steve Berline.
Well, Craig, a lot of things to talk about, but what about Stanford? Playing with the mean streak, getting physical with Notre Dame last week, getting physical with everybody. Big game tonight against Oregon. Then you talk about Notre Dame, what's going on up there in South Bend? 1-3. Brian Kelly's going to get it going. We're going to find, I think they're moving in the right direction. And finally, how about the topic of Boise State TCU? If they go undefeated, how do they get into the BCS conversation? I'll tell you, I have an opinion about that. I'll give it to you right now. That opinion is they can only win the games that are on their schedule. I understand that. I agree with it 100%. They deserve to be recognized for that. Very difficult call, but I'll tell you, when you're playing the schedule that LSU and all these SEC teams and a lot of other teams around the country are playing week after week, hard to justify giving them the same opportunity to win that national championship.
Jarrett Lee back under center on second down. Throws it far side, pitching catch. Shepard in open field is so dangerous to the 36, a pickup of 12.
And there you have
yes. Talk about Justin Wilcox.
Yeah, Justin Wilcox, the defensive coordinator for Tennessee, who was a coach at Boise State for several years. He did not want to be drawn into that conversation. He didn't even want to go there. As soon as we brought it up, he knew we were ahead, and he didn't want to give an opinion.
Yeah, he just said, call me boring. Didn't want to get into that fight. Lee pulls it down, and that ball falls incomplete. Let's check in with Tim Brando back in New York. Tim?
Bowler, when you're in a hospital like Michigan State head coach Mark D'Antonio is today, don't you know this is going to make you feel a whole lot better? Keyshawn Martin takes it 74 yards off the punt to give Sparty a 3-point lead against Wisconsin. Another one of those matchups of unbeatens going after each other in today's action. Back to you.
Yeah, Timmy, I'm sure Coach is feeling better. And how about the Sparties? Is that the Sparties?
Sparty the Spartan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the mascot there. Yeah, I'll tell you. They've got it going. They're a little bit better than people gave them credit for early in the season. Of course, when you talk about Michigan State, you want to obviously recognize and wish Coach D'Antonio, wish him well with what he's been going through. Obviously, the word is he's going to...
Intentional grounding, number 12, offense. The quarterback was outside the tackle box, but the pass did not land beyond the line. Penalties lost it down, it's spot of foul, second down.
That's a big penalty. The word on Mark D'Antonio, though, that he's going to be back on the sideline for the Michigan game, which is great news.
So second down at 23 for Jared Lee. Hand off. Ridley weaving his way, but not for long. Stacked up at the 24-yard line. Now you look at the first 4 possessions for LSU. I mean, one play, bang, gone. Jordan Jefferson, 83 yards. Then the interception. Then the missed field goal after 7 plays. And then the fumble after going 46 yards on a 9-play drive.
That's the key right there, Craig. You're talking about 2 turnovers. And that'll cost you. That last turnover, they were almost in the red zone. They were definitely in field goal range. But the turnovers will kill you.
5 wide receivers set on third down and 21. Under 8 minutes to play in the first half. Jared Lee, he's the pocket passer. Has time. Swings it across the middle. It's caught, but short of the first down. And D'Angelo Peterson makes his second grab of the afternoon. LaMarcus Thompson, along with a host of Tennessee Vols, in on that tackle. That brings up fourth down, and the Tigers forced to punt.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Jared Lee. Really rifled that ball in there. But the intentional grounding penalty there on second down is what really cost that team. Put them back in a situation that was insurmountable.
Derek Hilton will punt away from his own 35-yard line. Eric Gordon, who's a speedster, awaits at the 15. That ball was nearly blocked, and a fair catch taken. Not much room. They're going to throw a flag? No. Fair catch at the 24. Fair catch at the 24. 37-yard boot. 7-all tie. We'll be back. Welcome back to Baton Rouge, Tiger Stadium. 7-all with 7 minutes to play here in the first half. New coaches around the SEC. Robbie Caldwell, Vandy, Joker Phillips, Kentucky, and of course Derek Dooley trying to rebuild Tennessee. By the way, Vandy went down today at UConn, and Kentucky lost at Ole Miss. And now the question, can Dooley pull off an upset on the road against number 10 LSU?
And there's a very uneasy feeling in the stadium right now. I think there's a lot of people in here wanting the same thing right now.
Sends the quarterback on 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Moore's the motion man. He comes around the edge, has speed, has a hole. Watch out, down the sideline, and pulled down at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 15, and the motor was running high for Denarius Moore.
A very well-blocked play. You're going to see a great job by the fullback. Kevin Cooper got through there, and everything was good. All the blockers, the hole popped open exactly the way he wanted it to. And too late for Tyrann Mathieu to come down and make the tackle 15 yards later.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Not much. Second effort, 2 yards for Poole, who averages about 6 yards a carry. Good size, 5'11", 215-pounder. You know, only 6 carries last week, Steve, against UAB for 23 yards. You know, the thigh bruise was a factor, but boy, he looks good today.
He does look good today, and as we stated earlier, 162 yards earlier against Oregon week 2. 140 yards he got in the first half.
Second down long from the eye. Breaking a tackle and scooting outside. So Poole with his 10th carry. And we talk about Sims, and the pressure has been there since the opening snap.
It's more of the same, you know, guys coming clean. A little bit of uncertainty with that young offensive line up in front of him, and he seems to always be having to avoid somebody pretty quickly. Tough duty for him right now, but I'll tell you, he's a tough kid. That's the one thing that always comes up. Derek Dooley said it, his teammates said it. This guy is tough. He doesn't complain. He just keeps doing his job.
Third down. Sims in the pocket. Oh, he took one on the chest. That ball, did it come out? Never saw it coming.
That ball definitely came out. I think it was Barkevius Mingo that came off the edge.
Oh.
And that is the kind of play right there that makes you wince if you're a quarterback. That thing hurts. And you're going to see him coming off the right side. Matt Sims has no idea he's coming. And you see Jawan James, the right tackle, just lets him beat him right around the edge. And that's what John Chavis told us. He wants to stop the run with numbers and rush the passer with speed. Jawan James had no chance off that edge.
Cunningham again punting into a stiff wind. Peterson, and they're punting away from him. I don't blame him. He dribbles that ball like a basketball, picks it up and slings it to the 14-yard line. A 54-yard booth Wednesday on CBS. They will go anywhere and do anything to defend their clients. Jim Belushi and Jerry O'Connell are the defenders. It's a new hit series Wednesday right here on CBS. You look at some quarterback comparisons. Lee's been on the field. About even split time with Jefferson, but looking at the two, 3 of 6 for Jefferson, 6 of 8 for Lee, who is the pocket passer.
Penalties and turnovers have been what's been hurting this LSU offense right now. Someone needs to jumpstart it.
Jefferson, handoff, Ridley, big hole, breaks one tackle, another at the 40, still on his feet, and rumbles and stumbles, lost the shoe at the 42. 28 yards.
Great job by the left side, Joseph Doracek and Joseph Bernstein. Obviously a great block by James Stanford, the fullback up the middle. Stephen Ridley told us when we talked to him yesterday that his limit's about 30 to 40 yards. Is not what he got right there. His breakaway speed is something that he feels he's lacking a little bit of. He got a good solid 35-40 right there.
Jefferson sets up the screen, and it's incomplete. Chase Clement, the intended receiver, the sophomore. So pressure, incomplete. LSU looking at second down. Yeah, Ridley, you know, he jokes about it, and he has some fun with coaches, but, you know, he does want to improve. He wants to be known as a breakaway guy. You know, he can run between the lines, sure, Steve. You know what? For about 30 yards, the guy's got gallop.
Right. He said, I have to show them that I can make that breakaway play. They're talking about how they want someone to step up and do it. He just doesn't feel like he gets enough opportunity.
Shepard trying to juke his way past the 50. He does. And let's go back to Tim Brando for an update in New York. Tim?
All right, fellas. Well, above the line or below the line, all TCU and Boise do is win. Ed Wesley, a couple of touchdowns on the day. They pitched a shutout against Colorado State, 27-0. Back to you, Craig.
All right, Tim, thanks. So the debate will continue with TCU, Boise State. You forgot another team. Utah.
Your Utes, that's right.
Utah is undefeated. Kyle Whittingham and the guys. I'll tell you, the big matchup's coming up in November, early November, when TCU goes to Salt Lake City to take on Utah. Nice tackle around the shoe tops, maybe a yard to the 44-yard line.
I think it's enough to get the first down and move the change for LSU.
But, you know, the debate about the BCS continues. I don't see an end to it because teams like TCU, Boise State, Utah will always or have now found their way into the mix.
And let me go on record. I love those programs. I think that there are not any better programs than what's going on at TCU and Boise State, Utah. They've got great coaches, great teams, but the way the system is set up right now, I don't know how you can justify putting them in the mix with the schedule.
Pitch drops. Murphy has to cover up in a big loss. Back to the 41-yard line. Boy, big mistake by Murphy. And coming up on the Geico halftime report, Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman, Tony Barnhart. He's in studio. They'll have all the scores, all the highlights, plus a look at the SEC showdown tonight between Florida and #1 ranked Alabama. It's all coming up on the Geico halftime report.
And I'll tell you what, Craig, plays like that are going to cause Coach Les Miles to lose more hair. I mean, you get the good drive going. You have penalties, you have turnovers, you have lost yardage plays. 10 yards on that play they lost because of ball handling.
Shotgun from the 41. Oh, what a stick. That ball's loose. It's down. No, they're going to call it incomplete at the 45-yard line. Terrence Tolliver had it and then was drilled by Jackson, the free safety.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what. That to me, that looked like a catch. He did recover it himself, I believe, but it definitely looked like it was a catch.
Well, the crowd just saw it on the big screen. I think they agree with you.
Well, you're going to see Tolliver. He catches it right there. He takes a couple of steps.
That's a football move, right?
Oh, yeah. He took 2 steps after he caught the ball. But is it the kind of thing you want to waste the challenge on just without knowing for sure?
Jared Lee jumps back on the field now, quarterback for LSU. Runs down the pocket, has a lot of room. Throws on his back foot. That ball's on the far sideline. Tolliver out of bounds.
And I think you're going to get Jarrett Lee might have been over the line when he threw that ball.
You see the old quarterback in you. Why not go ahead, get what you can, and get out of bounds?
That's the debate right there for sure, unless you really feel like you got something up the field.
Illegal forward pass. Number 12 offense was beyond the line of scrimmage when he threw the pass. Penalty's 5 yards from the spot of foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's 2 loss of down penalties for Jarrett Lee. We had the intentional grounding last drive, and then right here throwing the ball when you cross the line. He's been around, like you said, Craig. He started a lot of football games. He's got to have a little bit better awareness of where he is on the field. If he's in the pocket, you can't just throw the ball away. You've got to throw it in the vicinity of one of your teammates, and you got to know where the line of scrimmage is. Those are not really defendable penalties.
So punting situation for the Tigers. Helton back at his 25, and Eric Gordon awaits inside his own 15. Good punt. Drives Helton back inside his own 10-yard line. Dodges one tackler and another. Weaves his way. Outside 15-20. At the 25. And what a run back to the 27-yard line. Eric Reed finally put the special teams tackle. I'd say that was entertaining.
Well, I think if you do the math, he probably ran about 70 yards. Look at this. He runs about 10 yards to the right there, then up about 10 yards, and over to the left about 7 yards, and back to the right. That's a lot of effort. And pretty impressive run. I mean, look at the jitterbug in this kid.
That's like swatting at a mosquito on a hot summer night. How about a 55-yard punt and 21-yard return? Under 2 minutes to play in this opening half. And tomorrow on 60 Minutes, Bill and Melinda Gates are the richest couple in the world, and they're giving their fortune away. Find out where the money is going. That's tomorrow on 60 Minutes, and you'll see it only on CBS.
What can you say about Matt Sims there, too? I mean, he took a shot on that last play. He's taken several big shots today, and every week you look at the film, same thing, but he runs back out there on that field like it's no big deal.
Now, as the clock hits a minute, LSU, a pretty dominant favorite over Tennessee. We're tied at 7. And LSU has not helped themselves in this first half. Pressure. Now, I understand our game clock is not official, so they are handling the clock manually.
But Craig, you mentioned, this is going to go to halftime 7-7. We talked about the Oregon game earlier in the year. They were tied up 13-13. They had Florida tied up 10-10 midway through the third quarter. The only reason Florida ended up running away with that game, they faked the punt on 4th and 6, got the first down, took it in for the score. Florida ended up winning 31-17, but Tennessee's got to be very excited to be going in 7-7.
I tell you, look at these young guys hustle to the tunnel. They've got a little high step. And their run to the locker room. LSU heads the other way. We're 7-all, and let's go downstairs. Here's Sam Ryan.
Thanks a lot, Craig. And, Coach, you have the young O-line. Matt's taking a bunch of hits out there. What do you have to do to get something going on offense?
Well, you know, we had a good first quarter. We spotted them 7. We were moving the ball. Then we had a couple of breakdowns in execution. It was some mental errors. Didn't line up right. Screwed the formation up. And that got us out of rhythm. So we got to just settle back in, and we'll be okay.
And the defense has settled in after spotting them, the 7 that you mentioned, with the couple of turnovers forcing there. How do they keep the intensity up?
Well, the key is the turnovers. We got some big turnovers, and we're stopping them when they cross the 50. And we just got to keep playing hard and execute.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, thank you.
That ends the first half, and we're tied up with 7 in Baton Rouge. Let's take you now to Tim Brando. Welcome back, Death Valley, Baton Rouge. Tennessee and LSU tied up at 7 apiece. Let's take you down onto the field, and here's Sam Ryan with Les Miller.
Okay, thank you, Craig. And Les Miles, still 7-7 coming out of the half. Penalties, turnovers. What did you tell them inside today?
Well, just eliminate the mistakes, play the style of football that we've been coached to play, that our team's capable of playing, and we'll like the outcome.
Okay, thanks a lot, Coach. Craig?
All right, thank you, Sam. Les Miles, thank you for stopping by. And Steve Berline, your thoughts. First half, a 10th-ranked team should be playing better.
No doubt about it. This is a team that really should be taking control of this football game. They haven't done it yet. Give Tennessee credit, though. They're hanging tough.
Let's look at game trends and some of the numbers that played out in this first half. Jefferson, 88 yards rushing, 83 yards on that touchdown run early, the first play of this game. Poole, the Tennessee runner, 12 rushes, 58 yards and a touchdown. The turnovers, the big key in this first half.
Well, you see the difference in yards, 216 to 96, but LSU favored there, but 2 turnovers. Unbelievable. You had what appeared to be a wide-open wide receiver, and then Jansen Jackson comes over and makes a great interception, and then the fumble by D'Angelo Peterson trying to get the extra yard when they were already in field goal range, took points off the board. Those are big, big turnovers. You combine that with a couple of big penalties, the intentional grounding and the throwing past the line of scrimmage by Jarrett Lee, and you keep taking yourself out of good situations, putting yourself into bad.
Tennessee will have the football to start the second half of play. Josh Jasper. That ball was blown off the tee. He'll reset. This wind's been stiff from the opening kick. It's blowing from left to right.
And now the question is, can Tennessee reverse their trend? They've come out and played well against some good teams, Florida, Oregon this year, but they've played poorly as the second half has gone along.
High hanger taken at the 7-yard line. Gordon finds the seam. Watch out. The tackle makes a great move at the 35. And Tennessee will start their opening drive here in the second half at the 42-yard line. A 35-yard return. And Tennessee in the first half, well, they start with a punt. They give it up on downs. They come back with the touchdown. 2 punts back-to-back, and then we go into halftime, and we're tied up at 7.
But the key stat right there that you don't see, Craig, you don't see anything about turnovers. Tennessee has protected the football. Matt Sims has been hit many times, but he's not coughed it up.
4 sacks in the first half. Moore on the edge gets past the 45 and to the 47-yard line.
And that's a great first down call right there. Come out, get the ball in your receiver's hands quickly on that little bubble screen on the outside. Let them make the pressure. Stretch this LSU defense horizontally. Make them cover the whole field. Don't just have your quarterback sitting back there taking shots, holding the football.
Pick up a 6, second down and 4. In the I formation. Poole takes a hit. Parnell Hatcher. Nice stick, number 37. With the tackle for LSU.
Well, I'll tell you, this was a great play by a lot of people, but Drake Nevis, number 92 right there, is the one that really caused the problem. He forced Torrin Poole to move on the outside, move late, and that screwed up the timing of the play. So give Drake Nevis a lot of credit. He's doing what he does, and that is disrupting plays on the inside consistently.
Third down and 3. Shotgun. Sims fires. That ball is up and out. Incomplete to Gerald Jones, and Matthew, the freshman, in the right corner, batted that ball out of the hands of Gerald Jones.
Believe it or not, Craig, another shot right here. Watch Derek Drake Nevis right there. Look at him shoot through the gap and just destroy Matt Sims. Untouched. Now, that's a freshman guard, James Stone, who he was lined up over. He's done this many times on film. When you look back at their last several games, he's learning how to play the position at this level, but certain things you need to be sure of. When Drake Nevis is lined up over, you better block him.
Cunningham line drive into the wind. That ball takes a bounce back. Tennessee covers up at the 5-yard line. A 47-yard punt. So time now for our Aflac trivia question. And you heard the duck go quack, quack. Prior to Jordan Jefferson, Steve, who was the youngest quarterback to start in LSU history? We'll have the answer for you. Think about that a little bit later.
Do you know who it is?
Well, I only know because we went over it.
You had to come clean with that, didn't you?
Had to. I think Jefferson knows. Les Miles knows. Jefferson back at quarterback after sharing time in the first half with Lee. They shut this drive at the 5-yard line. Nearly broken was Ridley, but Tennessee recovers nicely and taken down at the 14-yard line. A 7-yard gain. We look at LSU, and the first half possession is avoided. It did start with a bang.
It did. I mean, but the bottom line is you look at that and you look at that. And that's the difference in the ballgame right now. First drive, one play, first play of the game, 83 yards. And I think sometimes that's a negative. If you're a favored team in your home environment, you come out, you score on the first play of the game, and you think it's going to be a cakewalk.
Second down short. Fumbling for the first down is Ridley. And you know what? Let's take you back to the opening seconds of this game. Jordan Jefferson.
Tremendous individual effort by Jordan Jefferson and the ability to run away from people. You don't see anybody closing the gap on this guy. He can run when he gets to the open field, no doubt about it. But again, I think a lot of people in the stadium, maybe including the LSU Tiger team, might have felt that this is the route. This is the beginning of the route.
Little ho-hum, but not Tennessee. These young guys, 50% of the travel squad making their first road trip. And it's in Baton Rouge. Shotgun movement, no flag. Jefferson play clock winds to 2, down to 1. Just got the snap away. They're going to run option. Little pitch out. Ridley stacked up, maybe a yard, still on his feet. Like the effort down to the 19, but Revez. The terrific middle linebacker. This guy had a career high 14 tackles against the Florida Gators 2 weeks ago. He is everywhere.
And 3 straight games of over 10 tackles in the game. Only one guy in recent history has done that for Tennessee. That's a guy you may have heard of, Gerard Mayo, who has been known to make tackles at the higher level in the NFL.
So second down 9 as the clock's under 12 minutes here in the third quarter. Jefferson again from the shotgun, 2 wide receivers on the play action pass. Jefferson on the rollout, fires a dart over between the seams. That ball is out. You know what? If you looked up, Steve Berline, you could have yourself an interception.
That should have been an interception. I'll tell you, it should have been a completion. First off, the throw was right on the money by Jordan Jefferson. I mean, the ball could not have been thrown any better than Terrence Tolliver. You see him thread it right in there. Just lost his focus, and then if that head is up, it looked like it might very well have been picked off, and you're going to get a better angle of it here. A couple of guys had a shot at it. Right there, Prentice Wagner really had the best opportunity to see it because he was watching it the whole way.
In Jefferson's defense, that play typifies a lot of his problems, a lot of drop balls in football games.
No doubt about it. His first interception last week against West Virginia was a tip ball.
Some movement up front on third down and 9. Jefferson just stood like a statue. We'll sort this one out for you. We've seen plenty of flags in this first half.
Before the snap, false start, number 78, offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And that's the senior, Barksdale. Well, tomorrow on CBS, she's a wife, mother, and CEO. And when she goes undercover in her own company, it's an episode you'll never forget. Don't miss an all-new Undercover Boss tomorrow, right here on CBS. So take it back 5, third down and 14. LSU, 5 penalties for 25 yards. Tennessee, just 1 of 5. In the pocket, up and over. That ball is picked. Picked off. Revez, the middle linebacker, at the 37-yard line.
And I'm going to tell you what, Greg.
Turnover number 3 for LSU.
That is the kind of play that's driving people crazy in LSU Tigerland. You're going to see there's not a receiver in the neighborhood very careless with the football in his own end of the field. No real pressure at all. I mean, that ball is, I'm assuming, but I can't say for sure, he's throwing that ball to D'Angelo Peterson. Now,
I think you're right.
The question is whether Revenge actually did catch that football.
Tennessee and LSU tied at 7, and now can the Volunteers take advantage of the third turnover committed by the Tigers. Jefferson's numbers, by the way, 3 of 10, 53 yards, 2 interceptions.
And I'll tell you, I mean, there's really no reason for the throw, that last throw especially. I mean, it was no pressure, clean line of sight. The receiver that he was throwing to was 15 yards short of where that ball came down, not even close.
Second down, 8, or under 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. LSU shows blitz on the edge. And right up the middle, big hole, kicking it outside, stays on his feet. What a great run by Poole. Hatcher makes the tackle. Yeah, Poole's showing you something today. I mean, the thigh bruise last week, he was limited, but he is on his feet, and he is churning the legs for extra yards.
Now, I'm impressed with how he's running the football. He is not letting LSU intimidate him whatsoever. This is a very, very good run defense. We've talked about it. There is absolutely no quit in this Tennessee team. They are taking advantage of their opportunity.
It's third down and 4 as we roll up on 10 minutes to play. Crowd on their feet looking for an LSU stop. No, another slant. That ball is past the 20-yard line. And Luke Stocker just comes up with a big play when Tennessee needs it.
Well, Luke Stocker, you're going to see right of your screen, right over the middle of the ball. What a great throw. Quick release by Matt Sims. You know, talking to Phil earlier, he said, just watch the way the ball comes out of Matt Tan. That ball comes out clean and tight.
Let's take a look at the Verizon red zone. This ball's placed at the 18-yard line. Stocker, 13-yard reception, his second grab of the afternoon. And Tennessee's in business, trying to pull an upset on the road here at LSU. Sims, 3-step drop, looks, fires, and that ball is out of bounds. And both receivers look at one another, and somebody mixed up. Somebody went left when they should have gone right.
I don't know exactly why there's so many people upset here in the stadium. A lot of people asking for maybe an intentional grounding, but Matt Sims wasn't under any pressure. Just was basically throwing that ball away. There was a lot of confusion on the pass route.
You see Tennessee's had success in the red zone, scoring 7 of 9 trips, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 45% success touchdowns, but not good enough.
Second down, 10. Trying to make that cut was Gerald Jones, lost his footing, and he'll lose a yard. Back to the 21-yard line. Brandon Taylor, strong safety on the tackle.
Yeah, really nice read by Brandon Taylor on that play. He saw the bubble screen coming and made the break on it, got there right as the ball got there.
Steve, how many times can LSU's defense stand up and put a stop in today? They've been on the field a lot.
They have been. I would expect in this situation a little bit of pressure from John Chavis. Third and long. Try and knock him back a little further out field goal range.
Sims goes under center on third down and 11. 5-step drop pressure and dropped at the 30-yard line. And did LSU make the stand? Yes, they did.
And that was exactly what we kind of expected. John Chavis, you knew he was going to bring the pressure. Look at all the guys coming up inside right there. A 7-man rush trying to get to Matt Sims, and his offensive line struggles against a 4-man rush, generally speaking. They have a lot of trouble picking up pressure. They get confused, and they just haven't seen it enough to be comfortable with it.
Pilardi will try a 46-yard field goal. The left footer is up into the wind. No good.
Catch no good. Why?
LSU's defense makes a stand. We're tied at 7 in Baton Rouge. Tennessee and LSU are tied up at 7. Time for the Aflac Trivia answer. Prior to Jordan Jefferson, who was the youngest quarterback to start in LSU history? Well, the answer, Y.A. Tittle. 18 years young, 338 days. How about that? That's taking you back in time. A Tiger legend, Y.A. Tittle. All right, now Pilardi is the substitute kicker because they've lost a good one to injury with leg trouble. That's Daniel Lincoln, who came in 7 for 7 field goals, and Pilardi missed that kick from 46 wide to the right.
And Lincoln has made 47, 48, and 49-yard field. That's significant to not have their #1 kicker in there. Hurt his leg today.
Ridley stacked up. Jared Lee starts his drive as LSU's quarterback. Let's talk about LSU and the revolving door of quarterbacks in this football game. You know, there was talk in the paper about maybe it's time for a 2-quarterback system. Is it working?
I would say no. No, I don't think either one of them has played very well today, but I'll tell you what, the quickest way for Jordan Jefferson to find his way to the bench for good is to keep throwing interceptions like that.
Second down at 10, under 8 minutes to play. Jared Lee steps up for a hot 35-yard line. Nice grab. Let's take you to Tim Brando for this Heisman Watch presented by Nissan.
All right, Craig, thank you. Denard Robinson, just a human highlight film for Rich Rod today. He accounted for all 4 touchdowns, 3 of them by air, including this 70-yarder, a career long, as they opened Big Ten play Michigan against Indiana. Of course, Terrell Pryor had a couple of touchdowns. Rather pedestrian numbers, though, had a pulled quad for some of that win against the Illini. And Mark Ingram reestablished himself as a Heisman candidate last week against Arkansas. We'll see him tonight.
All right, thank you, Tim. Looking forward to that game tonight here on CBS. Of course, Florida and Alabama as LSU pushes the pile. Ridley to the 44-yard line. Now, Ingram's amazing. Last year, the Heisman came back injured. And in the last 2 ball games, has he found his stride? We'll see him tonight right here.
The guy's amazing. We've had a chance to watch him up close over the last couple of years, and he continues to do it week after week, and he does it not spectacularly. He just keeps on moving those legs and moving the pile, and you look at the end of the day, it's pretty darn impressive.
Well, speaking of moving, LSU moves the chains. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. So at the 44, off the left side. That hole's been open all day. Ridley running behind Dorosic and Barksdale.
He usually has his lead blocker, James Stampley, out there in front of his fullback. And I tell you, I like the way this guy runs the football. He averages 108 yards a game, 21st in the country. He produces
7 yards
week after week. And you can see why. I mean, he has no hesitation. He hits that hole where it's supposed to be hit and gets what's there.
12 carries, 67 yards for Ridley. He's lined up, rolled back. Under center, Jared Lee. Handoff again, Ridley. Oh, the pads pop. Trying to drive for an extra yard. He's pushed back and loses 1, maybe 2. Malik Jackson, big number 97, coming up off the pile. Now, LSU, they've had great ground game over the years. You look, well, 31st back in 2006, up to number 12 in the country. Dropped down in 08 to 43rd. 90th a year ago, but making a swing back up to 35th and nearly 190 a ball game.
Right. Now, their running game obviously very strong, but to balance this offense out, you've got to start making plays in the air. No one's concerned about their running game.
3rd down and 3, but a flag is down.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Number 19. Offense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Now D'Angelo Peterson. You make a great point. What did Ridley tell us yesterday? He says, you know what? We're one-dimensional. And our opponent knows it.
Yeah, when you're starting quarterbacks averaging 110 yards a game passing, that's Jordan Jefferson, you're missing something. To play with the really elite teams in this country, you've got to be able to beat them both ways. And the thing that's killing LSU today, along with the 3 turnovers, is dumb penalties. They had 3rd and 2. Now they have a guy lined up in the neutral zone. Now it's 3rd and 7.
6 penalties, 30 yards whistled on LSU. Lee airs it out. That ball hangs and falls incomplete. Dangerous pass, 3 balls in the territory, but he threw that with a lot of green space.
You think that's a dangerous throw?
Oh, my.
I'm sitting here saying, who in the world was he throwing that ball to? High and deep down the middle of the field.
What do you think he's thinking? Les Miles.
Yeah, I don't think he's very happy right now. I can tell you that. They've got to have somebody step up and bring some consistency to this quarterback position.
So Jasper sent the punt away for LSU on 4th and 8, and under 5 minutes of play in this 3rd quarter. It's moved along quickly. Eric Gordon back at his own 10-yard line. Nice punt for the wind behind it. That ball takes it about in the end zone. Cut back. 54 yards. 54-yard punt. Timeout in Baton Rouge. Welcome back, Baton Rouge, Death Valley. 4.5 minutes to play. Third quarter, we're tied up a surprising 7-7 tie. And Steve Berline, break down the quarterbacks.
Well, you don't see anything that really jumps out to you in the positive side here. The negative is the interceptions by Jordan Jefferson, Matt Sims, and Jarrett Lee, both right around the same numbers. The great thing about Tennessee, though, is no turnovers. 0 turnovers. They've allowed themselves to stay in this ball game. I think it was a huge play on the last drive Tennessee had when they had the field goal, makeable field goal. They couldn't cash in on that opportunity. That's the kind of thing you've got to do if you want to pull off the upset.
Sims goes under center on 1st and 10. Handoff, not much, and we go back to New York. Tim Brando for the John Hancock Update.
All right, Craig. Steve, you know, one thing about Wisconsin, they keep their identity on the ground, don't they? This is freshman James White running roughshod, 34 yards to make it 20-17. Spartans still with the lead. This kid had 4 touchdowns and 145 yards rushing last week for the Badgers. Back to you.
So the Sparties up by 3. Nice run off the edge. Here it's under 4 minutes to play. We're tied up at 7. Second down after the loss of a yard. And right now LSU defensively, Steve, LSU just keeps answering the call time and time again, led by the coordinator, John Chavis.
This is an LSU defense that only gave up 177 total yards last week to West Virginia. Only 3 first downs in the fourth quarter against West Virginia. So Tennessee's got their work cut out for them.
Third down and 12. Clock rolling up on 3 minutes to play. Sims takes a look to the sideline, switches at the line. Crowd is alive. Sims shotgun. Good protection. Stands up, fires, incomplete. Believe he wanted Stocker as tight end and threw his hand, so it's going to be 4th down and a punting situation for the Volunteers.
You know, it figures that you got great protection finally, but I want you to watch the receivers as this ball gets ready to be released from Matt Sims' hand. You're going to see 3 receivers lined up, and look at right here. 3 receivers lined up in the same area. Nowhere for Matt Sims to go. There was confusion on the play, and that was very sad because he finally had the protection he needed to make a play up the field.
Cunningham's punt takes a nosedive and settles in at the 41-yard line. A 41-yard punt. 7-7. And Lee's ready to do battle when we come back.
How about the quarterback?
Well, I've got my night planned out tonight on CBS, Florida, Alabama. Steve, who do you like?
I have. And as far as the quarterbacks go, I think you sit there and you look at what McElroy's done, undefeated in his career. He's won every game he's ever played going back to high school. So I think it's very difficult to go against him. I think Josh Brantley's getting better each week, and I think Urban Meyer's encouraged. But McElroy, if you got to choose one, I think you go with Mr. Consistent.
This drive will be headed up by Jefferson. He tucks and run. He scored on the first play on a similar play of this ball game. He went 83 yards, but Jefferson has struggled when he's been on the field.
He really has. You know, I think this first interception is his fault. I think he telegraphed where he was going. He had a receiver wide open, but he pulled the safety all the way over there from center field. That safety should never be able to make that play on the sideline. And then right here, you got the throw over the middle, late, nobody open. And the bottom line is when you look at what he's done this year, it's just not overly impressive. Anyway, nothing you can find positive in those numbers.
Working away, Ridley stumbles and falls. Great tackle at the shoe tops at the 31 by Prentice Wagner, the strong safety. LSU has not been in the end zone since the opening play of this game.
Well, LSU has had a lot of success running Stephen Ridley off that left side behind Shepard. Look at Shepard. The receivers get, when you see big runs, you're always going to find that there's a receiver involved somewhere. Shepard, big block, sprung him for that extra 10 to 12 yards.
88 yards on the ground for Ridley. The keeper by Jefferson. And he's hit by Lathers, the weak side linebacker. Clock runs under 2 minutes. And we got a ball down.
Victor Thomas.
Yeah, 52. Victor Thomas, a senior from Olive Branch, Mississippi, down on his knees. We'll take a break. We're tied at 7. Tomorrow's single header action here on CBS. National Football League, big one. Ravens, Steelers, the Jets and the Bills, or you'll see the Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Check local listings beginning with the NFL. It all begins with the NFL today. JB and the guys, Dan Marino and Coach Cower. The Boomer and Shannon.
That is going to be a brawl.
Yes.
In Pittsburgh tomorrow. The Ravens and the Steelers going for control of that division, and both teams feeling pretty good about what they've got.
How about Pittsburgh without Big Ben, just rolling along. LSU trying to roll one in the end zone. 2nd down and 7 with 1:24 on the clock. Hold left side. Inside the 20. Still on his feet. Ridley. Oh, I love this kid's running. He bangs his way to the 14-yard line. Corey Miller and company game tackle Ridley.
Well, give Gary Crowton and Les Miles credit. They are not going to let Jordan Jefferson or Jarrett Lee influence this game right now negatively. They're feeding the horse. Stephen Ridley, he's up over 100 yards now on the day, and every single play is positive.
Let's take a look at the Verizon red zone. This ball's placed 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Motion man is Randall. Ridley into the pile of orange and white. Ridley came in averaging nearly 109 yards, and he's closing in. How about 104?
I'll tell you right now, too, Craig, LSU is almost at 300 yards total offense right now. Tennessee only at 112 on the day. But we've got a tie ball game, and I'm telling you, that missed field goal, like it usually does, if Tennessee had their opportunity to take the lead, might come back to haunt them.
Lee goes out. Jefferson comes back in, and it's a simple handoff right side.
And you know why I make that statement, Greg, and we're coming into the quarter, but it's because I don't think they're going to let Jordan Jefferson throw the football in this situation. They're going to have taken a field goal.
So 3 quarters in the books here in the Bayou. 7-all between LSU and Tennessee. We'll return to Baton Rouge right after this message and a word from your local station. Welcome back, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. LSU struck first in the opening quarter, first play, mind you. Tennessee answered back. A very young ball club. It's been scoreless since, and you have to wonder how this game is really going to finish out with 15 minutes left to play on the clock.
Well, one thing I know right now, LSU is looking at 3rd and about 9 deep in the red zone, and I think we're not even going to have a chance to see Jordan Jefferson throwing the football here. I think Jarrett Lee's in the ball game, as a matter of fact, so we will not see Jordan Jefferson throwing it.
Lee, the junior from Texas. Quick step, looks, floats it up to the end zone. Incomplete. Or nearly taken away by Prentice Wagner. That would have been his 3rd interception of the season. And he's ran back the other 2 for touchdowns, but good coverage by Tennessee secondary.
Very good coverage. Russell Shepard almost happened into that catch for a touchdown. Kind of a dangerous throw down there, and the good coverage by Jarrett Lee. So we're going to see it attempted by Josh Jasper for the field goal here.
He was 2 for 2 last week in the win against West Virginia out of Memphis, Tennessee. 32-yard attempt. Kick is away. Into the wind. And good. LSU takes the lead. 10-7 off the foot of Josh Jasper. 14:51 to play in Baton Rouge. We'll be back.
Monday, Alan's dating 2 women at once. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Where is he?
I don't know. A new episode Monday, only CBS.
Is it the end of TV as you know it? It's the LG Infinia, the world's first full LED 3D TV, and the only LED TV that's THX certified for picture quality. So, is it a TV or something better?
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Was Abe Lincoln honest?
Does this just make my backside look big?
Perhaps it Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is having a snowball fight with pitching great Randy Johnson a bad idea?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this was a bad idea.
And now, it's time for our Geico game recap.
It started early. First play of the first quarter, Jefferson 83-yard run. 7-0 LSU. You're thinking blowout, a runaway. Not the case. Tennessee answers back. Tyron Poole up and over. A 1-yard plunge to make it 7-all, and just moments ago, officially Jasper from 31 yards. And it's 10-7 LSU. And they are passing the Tiger up to the stands. Nothing like college football on a Saturday.
Who would have thought this too, Craig? Now here we are in the fourth quarter, 10-7 ball game. This is a Tennessee team that almost lost to University of Alabama Birmingham last week. Went into overtime. And Alabama Birmingham missed 5 field goals to give them a chance to stay in the ball game. And here they are against number 10 in the country, LSU.
Ball is on the tee. Josh Jasper approaches. A good kick. A high hanger now. Floats to the 9-yard line. Moore takes it and is tripped off at the 27-yard line. Darius Moore, an 18-yard return, and the amazing race has just begun. For the competition already in full swing. Take a wild ride through Africa on a new amazing race after 60 minutes. That's tomorrow, only here on CBS. Volunteers 1-9 against ranked opponents since 2008. How about that? The only win against South Carolina, the old ball coach. Can Tennessee win on the road? Boy, they've got a great run game as Poole weaves his way to the 36-yard line to pick up a 7. Don't forget tonight, Florida, Alabama, Gators, and the Crimson Tide on CBS.
Craig, this is a chance right here for Matt Sims to really cement himself as the quarterback of this program that can take them where they want to go. They're playing a very good football team, tough. If he can get his teammates to believe in him and make some plays down the stretch, that'll go a long way to making them believe in him long term.
Yeah, terrific point. Stocker, the tight end, in motion. Nearly taken away by Matthew, the freshman. Let's step aside. Go back to New York for an update. Here's Tim.
All right, Craig, Steve, thank you. Vincent Smith is going to set sail here for the Wolverines to get Michigan the lead again in Bloomington. It's now 35-28 as he scampers 56 yards for this touchdown, just underway in the fourth quarter. Back to you.
All right, Tim, got a ball game. Indiana, how about that? Those points surprising. What a game. I thought we'd have the same kind of game maybe here. It's been tight. Sims steps up, lobs it, got man coverage. Got it. That ball falls in the hands of Hunter. Able to outrun the freshman right corner, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, you're going to see it was a safety blitz. Brandon Taylor, number 15, coming right up in there. Sims stands strong and poised in the pocket. pocket, knows he's got one-on-one on the outside, goes freshman on freshman. That's Matthew against Hunter. And I'll tell you what a great throw, dropping it in there. That's a huge play for Tennessee.
You just made the mention about gaining confidence, and Papa Sims, watching in Pittsburgh, I'm sure, feels pretty good about that pass, as does his head coach, Gary Dooley.
And we have a timeout, a little bit of chaos on the Tennessee sideline. Good job by Coach Dooley to take the timeout, get his team back under control.
LSU by 3. Tennessee on the move. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by TIAA Crep, Geico, Coke Zero, and by Red Lobster. We're looking at a 10-7 LSU lead. Tennessee would like to end this game with a big bang. And speaking of big bang, how about Thursday? Starts off of the year. Don't miss a new Big Bang Theory on its new night, Thursday only on CBS. Now you have to be impressed with the way this young team is showing poise on the road. I have to mention again, with the travel squad, 50% of the guys dressed today making the trip from Knoxville, 50% making their first road trip.
Yeah, unbelievable. They're doing a super job. The game is not too big for them, and right there, a huge third down conversion. Only the 8th first down for Tennessee on the day, but that's a biggie.
LSU's defense needs another stand. Oh, the pads pop just when you ask, you receive. And Mingo, Barkevius Mingo, I'm going to put him on the old name team. Barkevius, the redshirt freshman from West Monroe, Louisiana, putting the hat on.
Well, you know, if you really want to be respected as one of the best teams in the country, this is where you got to stand up and be accountable. You got great players on this defense. We'll see if Matt Sims can orchestrate some points on this drive against a top-notch D.
Second down, 9 for Sims. Delay. Gutter step move to the 23-yard line. Poole gets something out of nothing. A quick beat. Stephon Francois, strong side linebacker, in on the stop.
You know, I'm a little confused here. We make a good play on third down if you're Tennessee to get the big first down. Matt Sims has a chance to establish himself as a leader of this club, and you don't let him make a play on first and second downs. You put him in a 3rd and 6 situation. You know, obviously you're thinking a touchdown in this situation. You want to get 7 points, take the lead in this ball game.
Sims shotgun. Hand off, seam off the right side, turning the corner, watch out. Inside the 5 is Poole. And Patrick Peterson saved the touchdown the right corner.
Great execution. What a great call. I tell you, I was thinking Matt Sims was going to get a chance to throw it, but look at the point of attack, and what a great individual. There's a bunch of LSU guys right there. But Poole just bounces it outside and shows he's got the speed to get to the edge for that 20-yard gain. That is a huge third down conversion right there.
And Tennessee answered back after LSU scored on the opening drive in the first quarter. They're trying to answer back after the field goal by Josh Jasper. It's 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Sims has orchestrated a magnificent drive here in the 4th quarter. He'll roll out, throw, and incomplete. I tell you, right on Jones's back was the strong safety, Brandon Taylor, and terrific defense by LSU once again.
Really dangerous throw right there by Matt Sims. He put it in a good spot where only his teammate had a chance to make the play, but that was Brandon Taylor making the break on that ball. That ball was not thrown low and outside. It was picked off and going the other way. John Chavis says, throw it again. Give me another shot at a play like that.
So this LSU defense has allowed just 12 points per game average during the first 4 games of the season. They've given up 7.
Good situation for a draw trap here on the inside.
Second down goal. Instead, it's the keeper. Sims, touchdown, Tennessee.
The quarterback draw. And that's the thing that's often overlooked with Matt Matt Sims, you haven't heard anybody talk about much this year about his mobility, but he's a pretty good-sized kid that moves very well. He can get to the edge. He feels comfortable taking that ball and running with it.
A 3-yard run by Sims. It's only the second time this season LSU has trailed all year. And Pilardi's extra point is up and good. And Tennessee smelling an upset on the road against LSU.
Do you believe in miracles, Craig? Is it going to happen today? What a great play. Great call. What a huge block on Kelvin Shepherd right there.
Well, Tennessee fans have made the trek from Knoxville to Baton Rouge. And Tennessee up by 4 with 11:34 to play. Time now for our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, it all started, Craig, with the big third down conversion from Matt Sims to Justin Hunter on the outside. Big catch. What a huge conversion. Then you had the big third down run from Torrin Poole. Individual effort, bouncing it outside. Great job. And then the great call for the quarterback draw. Huge play, huge drive for this Tennessee ball club. They believe they can do it now.
8 plays, 71 yards. 3 minutes and change off the clock, and Sims with the 3-yard scamper, his first rushing touchdown for Tennessee. Peterson, he's dangerous. Up out of the tackle, and then tripped up at the 29. Peterson runs it back 24 yards.
Let's look at this last touchdown replay. Look at these two guys right here. You got Torrin Poole, the running back, blocking Kelvin Shepherd. Not only can Torrin Poole do it with his legs, look at that block right there on the edge, man. Saying, I'm going to help my quarterback get into the end zone. That's how you finish off a drive.
Jared Lee, quarterbacking LSU. First time they have trailed in 266 minutes of football. They push the pile with Ridley to the 34-yard line. Count the white helmets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now Red's Lobster presents today's Scholar Athlete. And it's P.J. Longergan. Red Lobster commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to the LSU General Scholarship Fund. I take a 3.1 in business, huh?
Yeah, and he can play football pretty well, too. Center for LSU.
Flat, Pot, Shepherd. He's a dangerous player. Usually they run Russell Shepherd. They sling it out. Picks up 9 yards, and it's a first down for LSU. I guess now the question for Les Miles and company, how are you going to respond on your home field against a very young Tennessee club?
Well, this is an LSU team that should be very poised in these situations. They've played in a lot of big games over the years. They know. Just take it one play at a time.
I formation. Jared Lee steps back, pumps once, twice, goes for the deep ball. He beat the left corner.
This, Craig, is a fantastic throw. The hard play action. He had one-on-one on the outside. Ruben Randall, watch this. He beats him off the line of scrimmage. Right now, it's over. If the quarterback can put it out in front of him, and Jarrett Lee in there at the right time. He stands strong in the pocket, even though he's going to take a shot. Hey, that's what it takes to be quarterback in the SEC. You got to be able to stand in there and deliver with the heat coming.
Big statement by Jared Lee. Big catch by Randall. It covered 47 yards. That's the longest pass play for LSU since the North Carolina game in the first half to start the season.
That is exactly what this LSU team needed. They needed someone to jumpstart the passing game. Looks like Jared Lee might have just done it.
Well, it's becoming nail-biting time in Baton Rouge. LSU, Tennessee. It's amazing how each team, Steve Berline, they've answered one another. Josh Jasper, the 31-yard field goal. Then Sims comes back with a 3-yard run. Now once again, LSU has answered behind the arm of Jarrett Lee.
There were so few big plays made in the first part of the game. Now they're coming everywhere.
We'll take a look now at the Verizon red zone. It's first and goal at the 9-yard line. I'm thinking Tennessee, a victory would be to hold LSU to a field goal.
Yeah, they got a 4-point lead. They got to stand up and be counted here.
Randall goes in motion. Lee sets, fires it up. Intercepted! Fourth turnover committed by LSU. LaMarcus Thompson picks off Jarrett Lee.
Wow. You know, that's even better than what we were talking about. Tennessee, we were going to consider it a victory if they held into a field goal. Jarrett Lee makes a nice double fake there, the handoff and the pitch, and then says, I got one-on-one. Stephen Ridley on the outside. But, man, what a tremendous play on the outside. That was, I mean, you didn't even know where the ball was coming from, and yet still found a way to bring it in.
He had to do it over again. You want to throw it on the outside shoulder. He went inside in great position, enabled that pick by Tennessee's LaMarcus Thompson. Tennessee, they go back to the air on a knee at the 34-yard line is Moore, a pickup of 13. And Sims in the second half picking up a lot of confidence.
Oh, and I like the attitude of Derek Dooley, letting his quarterback stand back in there on a hard play action and make a big throw to quiet this crowd. LaMarcus Thompson, though, you cannot say enough about that tremendous interception in the end zone.
They go strong side to the right side. Under center is Sims. Great cutback, Poole to the 39-yard line. That will be a pickup of 5. Clock is coming up on the 9-minute mark. Both teams still, Steve, with 2 timeouts. That's going to play a major factor in the final couple of 3 minutes of this ball game. I'm watching the play clock. Tennessee doesn't waste a lot of time. They get up and snap the football. There's still about 15 seconds left each time they snap it. This time the keeper by Sims. He'll lose a yard back to the 37. Mingo in on the tackle.
Well, now you talk about the play clock, Craig. That's something that the head coach and the offensive coordinator have got to make sure that Matt Sims understands. Now you're leading in a hostile environment against a very good football team. You want to milk that clock as much as you can.
Well, it's down to 22. Watch when they take the snap. Derek Dooley pacing the sideline. This time Sims is going to let it run. It's down to 14. Shotgun takes the snap with 11 on the play clock. Sims fires far sideline. It's caught. And a first down on second effort. Gerald Jones. You go to the senior in crunch time.
You know what? Today, Craig, Tennessee is third. On third down, they're 7 of 14, 50%. Here's another huge third down conversion. This is a Tennessee team that on the year was only converting 19% on third down. And against LSU, one of the best defenses in the country, they're making it look easy, man. Big plays. I like the way Matt Sims is standing in that pocket and delivering.
Darren Poole, the lone back on 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Sims takes a snap under center. Looks, good protection. And throws that ball incomplete out of bounds. There were 2 Tigers in the area. And Sims has taken a beating all day, but the kid stays and takes it.
Well, Michael Brockers is the one delivering the punishment this time, number 90. I'll tell you, Matt Sims got lucky. You got to be careful who you're picking on the outside. I think they wanted to see that guy, number 7 right there. He's a pretty good ball player for LSU. Patrick Peterson, the one defending on that play. You take a shot at him, you're messing with fire.
Look at the first half compared to the second. You can see the confidence building in Sims. And there is Peterson. He's a dandy, a second-team All-American a year ago. And his defensive coordinator, John Chavis, called him the best player in college football. LSU's defense again comes to play. Is there a face mask? There's a flag down back at the 40.
It looks like Tennessee is celebrating.
Personal foul. face mask, number 49, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's Barkevius Mingo.
And let's see what happened. I think it was a great move by Torin Poole, that the spin move right here. He kind of loses people, and the cutback right there, Barkevius Mingo just reacted, grabbed onto that face mask, and I'm sorry, you can't do that. Huge first down.
Mingo comes
that
out.
Penalty.
Steve, how about instead of 3rd and 13, Tennessee is fresh with first downs at the LSU 40-yard line. There's a tackle that's broken. Extra yard. Stopped at the line of scrimmage was Poole. Poole was stopped and picks up 8.
Well, what has Matt Sims done today? He's stepped up whenever he's had the chance. He's taken the hit. 5 sacks today, but he delivers the big touchdown, or the big touchdown run. And then on this drive to keep it alive here, 3rd and 6 conversion. Great throw and catch. He looks very comfortable in this very, very uncomfortable environment.
121 yards, 2nd down and 2 on the roll out to the near side. Got it. Oh, it is dropped! That could have been pick 6.
I'll tell you what, Craig Lawson, number 6, is never going to have an easier opportunity for the pick. He was perfect position. He read it just right. Had no idea how he could drop that football. And look at the reaction. My goodness.
Morris Claiborne can't believe it, and Sims goes, I'm still living. I've got another day.
Matt Sims knows how lucky he got on that play right there. And nobody feels worse than the redshirt freshman, Craig Lawson.
Alpine, Texas is home. They stay on the ground. They try to roll it in for the first down. Looks to be short of it from this angle. Agar area with the tackle. Chancey, number 87.
Derek Dooley's got a decision to make here. You're looking at about a 48-yard field goal. If he goes for the field goal, he's not even thinking about it.
Steve, you need a half a football.
You need to get almost to the 30-yard line. So try to go on the quick count.
Sims, Barkey.
They're not going to run a play.
Now they shift out. Sims again barking out signals.
Let's take a timeout probably.
Play clock to 8. Play clock to 7. Play clock to 5. Play clock to 2. Timeout.
Yep. Want to let the clock run down.
Tennessee burns their second. They have 1 remaining, and they're looking at 4th and inches.
Now the question is, and I'll tell you what, I would love to see Derek Dooley go for this right here. In this situation, you got a team that's trying to get themselves back to respectability. Derek Dooley wants his team to believe in him. He wants their respect. What a great way to make that statement. You believe in your team.
Well, and I think he's going for it because Daniel Lincoln, their sure-footed kicker, is injured. Michael Pilardi has tried his best today, misses earlier, wide right. And without Lincoln's consistency, I think that Dooley has no decision but to go for it on 4th and inches.
I think you're 100% right. You got a backup kicker who doesn't have a lot of confidence. He missed one earlier. But I also think he's trying to make a statement. He's saying, I believe in you guys. And one of the things that we learned when we talked to Nick Revenge, he said that Coach Dooley told him in their first meeting, I don't expect you to respect me. I am going to earn your respect. This is how you do it.
Here we go. 4th and short. I formation. Sims under center. Handoff. No!
No way!
LSU! The wall would not break.
Taylor and Shepard.
Steve Berline, how many times can you go to the well defensively? John Chavis and company answer the call again.
Well, I don't think you can credit any one player on this LSU defense. It was a joint community team effort. Look at that. There are 5 white shirts at the point of attack. There was nowhere for Torin Poole to go. You see right there, you got Kelvin Shepard right in there holding off the inside. You had everybody contributing. That's what great defenses do. They step up when they have the opportunity to make the play.
LSU still alive. Handoff, nothing doing. Ridley is spun down. Number 97 on his back. That's Malik Jackson along with Chris Walker. Now the clock becomes an issue. Under 5.5. LSU 2 timeouts. Tennessee with 1 remaining.
Well, Jarrett Lee's going to get a chance here to solidify himself maybe as the starting quarterback of this team going forward. If he can put together a drive here and take the lead.
2 wideouts near side. Shotgun on 2nd down 11. Lee, 3-step drop. Throws it to the screen. Picks up about 7. Ridley is wrestled down. And we're under 5 minutes to play. Stay tuned for the Jeep postgame show. You'll see it right here on CBS. What a day and what a night coming up.
Well, I'll tell you, what a great start to the doubleheader right here. Who would have thought Tennessee? Huge 3rd down conversion right here for Tennessee to stand up and make a play.
LSU is only 4 of 12 on 3rd downs, and they've got 3 yards to cover. Shotgun is Lee. Sets up a pass over the top, caught at the 44-yard line. Ruben Randall. Art Evans had him wrapped up with a waist, but it was a little bit late. A 6-yard pick on 1st down, move the chains.
Well, Ruben Randall's been the guy stepping up today. Good job by Jarrett Lee. Buying a little bit of time, waiting for Randall to come across the field. It was pretty darn good coverage on that play. I'll tell you what, he put it where he had to. Art Evans was right there to make the play.
Right on his hip. Lee and LSU continue to drive. The motion man is Randall from the I formation. Trying to cut out to the edge is Ridley. Breaks the tackle, breaks another, and is ridden down to the 45-yard line. Lathers, number 34, rides down Ridley, number 34, but not before a pickup of 11.
Watch the little cut, the subtle little cuts that Stephen Ridley makes right here. Well, they're going to see 2 or 3 in one right there. Then another one right there. Just a subtle little move. He keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Has no doubt the timing is perfect for those cuts. That's what gets you those extra yards.
19 carries, 119 yards for Ridley. Flag.
Foul. False start. Number 88. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Says Clement.
You know, Craig, how many key penalties? LSU has had 8 penalties on the day for 50 yards. How many of them have been key penalties at the exact wrong time? I think probably 7 of them. And that, I mean, that's not a joke. It's happened almost every time they've gotten something going offensively. In fact, I think confidently I can say every time they've gotten something going offensively, it's been either a turnover or a penalty.
Coming up on 3 minutes of play. 2 timeouts for LSU remaining, 1 for Tennessee. Play clock is down to 2, down to 1. Got it away as Lee stands in the pocket. Pressure. Is he going to go down? Yes. He is tackled, stacked at the 45-yard line, and he'll lose, 5 yards back to the 45. Williams, Gerald Williams, and the rest of Tennessee right on it.
Well, here's the 3 turnovers we were talking about. First, the interception by Jansen Jackson. That was the first one, and then right here, the turnover by D'Angelo Peterson, trying to make a play, get an extra yard, and then the ball he threw up for grabs. Jordan Jefferson threw up for grabs, and then Jarrett Lee, last time down near the end zone, taking a one-on-one shot, didn't pay off.
Lee on the roll out. Throws far sideline. Caught. Stacked up to the 50. Ruben Randall with another grab. So the clock continues to wind down. It's not official, but it is in sync now with the game clock here at Tiger Stadium. Tennessee 1 timeout remaining. LSU with 2. So it's a 3rd down, call it 13.
Well, I'll tell you, that sack by Gerald Williams, the 2nd sack of the day by Tennessee, was a huge play.
2 minutes, clock runs. Tennessee coming with a blitz, picked up. Lee steps up. It's close. 1st down, he got it. You know what? He knew where the sticks, where the chains were, leaned out past the 35. And Terrence Tolliver picks up 14 and a 1st down.
I like the call, too. LSU did not try to go for it all. They said it's 4-down territory.
Hurry up offense. They pitch it to Murphy. And Teague with the tackle.
But my point is, you know, in that situation, a lot of people want you to try and pick it up on 3rd down. But Les Miles made sure he had a nice play call to get at least half or maybe a little bit more of that back. Hit a receiver on the run, maybe you'll get the first down, knowing that you're going to go for it on 4th down if you don't get it.
Second down and 10. The back is Ridley alongside Jared Lee. Inside, hit once, twice, could not spin out of that tackle. How about Walker? Made the initial hit. The right end, number 84. Boy, he took a shot. I'm talking Ridley from Walker.
He sure did.
And LSU is going to burn a timeout. Both Tennessee and LSU, 1 timeout remaining. It's crunch time in Baton Rouge. They're trying to drive in for the go-ahead touchdown. A field goal, remember, will do them no good.
They will not do them any good. I'll tell you, just to give you an example of how monumental this thing is right here, I mean, I don't think anybody gave Tennessee a chance to win this ball game. I know I didn't, to be honest. I thought LSU would win handily. We talked to Phil Simms earlier. I did. He said he just hoped Tennessee could keep within 3 touchdowns. And here we are, a minute 27 left, and Tennessee, if they make a stand, can win this ball game.
LSU has scored 10 points, 402 yards on the ground. Lee, shotgun. Sets his feet, throws over the top, incomplete. Tolliver, the intended receiver, and Steve, he cut to the inside, yet Lee threw the ball on his outside shoulder.
I'll tell you what, the man who's taken over on this drive for Tennessee is Chris Walker. He is making a play every single time. You're going to see him at the top of your screen. He's coming underneath a great time move, putting the pressure on Jared Lee. He has done it on all 3 plays, the last 3 plays in a row.
4th and 9. Upset Bruin. Tennessee struggling at 2-2, rolling in, trying to knock off undefeated 10th-ranked LSU on their home field. This is Death Valley. This does not happen in Baton Rouge. Lee, shotgun.
And they're coming with pressure.
Movement.
Oh, delay of game.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game. Offense.
Oh, my.
Still 4th down.
You know, there were boos last week, and you're hearing a few scattered throughout Tiger Stadium.
And that is just awareness. And look at, you see Jared Lee said, "Are you kidding me?"
That's a great look.
How can I do that?
That's a great look. That tells you so much about, well, what Lee's trying to accomplish, becoming a starter at LSU, and what Tennessee, the pressure you feel each and every Saturday in the SEC.
No doubt. And this now, 4th and 14. They're going to use their last timeout and think about it. That's a good decision.
To the sideline goes Lee. Coming up after the game, Coach Philip Fulmer and the rest of the crew break down all of today's action on the SEC Tonight, presented by Geico, only on the CBS College Sports Network. Don't you think Coach Philip Fulmer has some interest in this ball game? Oh, you bet he does. It's been a lifetime as a head coach at Tennessee. And now it belongs to that man, Derek Dooley. Tennessee trying to grow up on the road. That's simple, plain truth. No timeouts remaining for LSU. 10th ranked in the country. There's a minute 22 to play, and they're looking now at 4th and 14. Jared Lee has gone most of the way here in the 4th quarter for LSU. The ball game is sitting right here. Shotgun. Lee steps back, good protection. Throws. Man open! In triple coverage to Tolliver. Can you believe it? 23 yards. First and 10 inside the 20. Lee sets, fires a dart. Caught, complete. And to the 10-yard line, rumbles Peterson, the tight end. Revez made the tackle, and Simms, all he can do is watch.
Keep your poise if you're Tennessee. Timeout, Tennessee.
They burn their final timeout. What a finish. What a finish in Baton Rouge. 54 seconds on the clock, and we'll be back.
Well, let's go back to that 4th down play. You're going to see Terrence Tolliver coming in from the left side of your screen, straight across. He finds a hole. Look at the great protection. There he is right there in the middle of the field. The great protection in front of Jared Lee. And he stands in there and delivers the ball. And no panic on anybody at all on the field out there. Terrence Tolliver with a huge catch, fighting for the extra yards, and now LSU has a chance to win this ball game.
This drive has covered 12 plays, 59 yards in nearly 5 minutes. And it's been orchestrated by Jarrett Lee. In the shotgun position, second down and 3. They're going to give it to the runner. And Ridley lowers his pads, pushes for an extra yard. They're going to mark him down to the 8-yard line. And that's Lathers, the weak side linebacker, with the tackle. Now, there are no timeouts for either Tennessee or LSU. And the clock is going to start back up.
They're going to measure, it looks like. It's close.
They're going to bring the sticks out. They needed 3 yards.
Now, this works for LSU's advantage here. Field goal, remember, does LSU no good. They're down 4, but they can set up the play they want. Now, it does not matter, really, at this point. They got the first down.
By a nose. They've got 4 downs to find the end zone. 4 downs, 47 seconds to sidestep a disastrous ball game against Tennessee.
So you can run the ball here on first down if you want to. They're in an empty backfield. I don't see it happening. But they have enough time. If they want to run the ball, they could do that.
So first down and goal. And the clock is running in Baton Rouge. Lee, shotgun. Looks at the end zone, steps up, throws, incomplete out of the end zone. There's a flag.
Oh, you got it.
Yep, there was a flag. Randall was tied up.
Marsalis Teague was the defender on the play. He never looked back for the ball. It was hanging on him a little bit.
Pass interference. Number 10, defense.
Teague it is.
The foul occurred in the end zone. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
And Marsalis Teague doesn't know why, but you see that left arm right there. He's got it on the hip. And of course, Derek Dooley's not going to like that. And I'll tell you, it was not a blatant pass interference. But was there contact? Yes. Did he look back for the football? No.
They bring in James Stampley, the fullback, 35. They're going to try to punch this ball in. It's first and goal, 2-yard line. LSU down by 4, 36 seconds to play. I formation. Play action. Pressure. And smartly, Lee tosses it out of the end zone. Montori Hughes, the nose tackle, bringing pressure.
And Chase Clement, the tight end, is going to come across out to the right. You see number 88 on the right side of your screen. He trips. That's who Jarrett Lee wanted to go to. There was a lot of pressure from Montori Hughes, no doubt. But Jarrett Lee saw Clement go down. And we got Jordan Jefferson coming back in the game.
Crowd smattering of boos as Jefferson returns to the lineup.
Well, we're talking about probably an option or some kind of opportunity for Jordan Jefferson to beat you with his feet here.
Jefferson sets up shotgun. Second down goal from the 2-yard line. 32 ticks left. He's going to tuck and run. Jefferson finds a seam. No! Inside the 2. Inside the 2. And LSU's got to hurry this thing up. No timeouts.
And now you don't have your throwing quarterback on the field. They got 2 plays.
Jefferson. There's a mix-up.
Clock is running.
It is running down.
You got to spike it. You got to do something. Spike it. You got to spike it to get one more play.
Down to 4. Down to 3. Oh! Jefferson wasn't ready for it.
Ball game.
It is over. It is over at Baton Rouge.
Can you believe it?
Clock mismanagement, and it destroys LSU.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you, Clay, you're out of timeouts. Your second down play does not work. All right, you got plenty of time. You know you have no timeout. If you want to get a good play called, spike the clock. So at least you have one chance at a good play. You can think about what play you want run instead of trying to have your quarterback go out there and make a play on his own. There was complete chaos on the field.
Absolute chaos as Jefferson was unprepared for that snap, picked up by Tennessee. Helmets are tossed and thrown.
we're trying to find out if there is the possibility of a penalty on this play. It doesn't look to me as good. Well, here we go.
Illegal participation on the defense. 12 on the field.
Oh, my.
After this, it's going to go. Replay third down.
Oh, my. Players on the field. This game is not over. And now what happens? You just saw Jefferson. He's on a huddle to the near side.
Let's count them. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't see a 12th man on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now they're coming out on the field with more. You know what?
And the one turns and comes back.
Yep. So let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 people on the field. And you know what?
Unbelievable.
There was no way LSU was going to make a play there anyway. What a break for LSU. They had no idea what they wanted to do.
One untimed play. See, what's amazing, I was trying to point out that Jefferson was at the sideline having the time to settle his team down and call a play.
No doubt. He did.
Jefferson will go under center in a wild end here in Baton Rouge. Pick Ridley. Touchdown! LSU! A miracle! A miracle in Baton Rouge! Can you believe it? The switch of emotion.
I don't know if you call it a miracle. You call it a gift. A gift from Tennessee. They had this game won. And to have that confusion on their side, we were only noticing it on the LSU side. 13 players on the field. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, heartbreak is Miles. That's a great shot. Les Miles chases after Derek Dooley. And Tennessee heads to the locker room. A moment ago, joyous jubilation. And now heartbreak.
Oh, I would not want to be in that locker room right now. You talk about a team that played their hearts out. What does Derek Dooley say to that team in that locker room? Stephen Ridley with the winning touchdown when they literally had no life left. And you can see this is Will. He's met at the point of attack and drives it into the end zone. He was not going to be stopped.
There is only a 2-point.
That's a much bigger man than him. And Corey Miller waiting at the goal line. You see Nick Rivez. Just the emotion. You cannot even express what's going on in his head right now.
They've got the ball down at the 3-yard line. Are they gonna force a point after? Dooley heartbroken, Miles jubilant.
I don't blame Derek Dooley one bit, and you know who the luckiest man on the field is. Les Miles. He knows it.
Now with control, it's the end of the ball game.
So now the ball game officially ends. 16-14 LSU. Downstairs we go, and here's Sam Ryan.
And Coach, Tennessee not coming on. You got the victory, a nail biter. How do you sum this one up?
Just another day in the SEC. I mean, it's a quality football team. They played their hearts out. You know, we made it as sloppy and as close as we could have, and found a way to come back and win. You know, we're a talented football team, not playing very smart right now.
Some confusion on the very last play. Derek came out to shake your hand. What were you hearing when you heard them blowing the whistle?
Well, the end of the the last play, we don't see the flag. When we see the flag, obviously there's new hope, and you know they played a daggone good game up until the last minute, until the last seconds of the game.
You're at a loss for words, aren't you?
Well, I like the outcome. I don't like the way we got there.
Congratulations, Les.
See ya.
Craig.
Oh, what a finish. I don't know, you could watch college football for a long time and not see it end this way.
Well, you almost feel like Les Miles is probably feeling a little bit guilty. Let's count these guys one more time to show it. We'll do it again after they get the substitution made. You see the confusion, and it looks like two of the guys that were supposed to come off did not come off. We'll count it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys on the field. There is no way to dispute that. It gave LSU to score the winning touchdown with no time on the clock, literally. And Stephen Ridley just said, I'm going to do this myself and take it in.
Now, you made the point he would not be denied, and Ridley scores the winner for Steve Berline, Sam Ryan. Craig Bolerjack saying so long from Baton Rouge. A thriller. The final score. LSU 10th ranked. Wins it 16.